remember, probably not till 1:10 kickoff.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, we're streaming. I'm just going to turn. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the PIAA State Championship today here from Chapman Field at Cumberland Valley High School. It is Kerle Tire's State Championship football right here on exploreClarion.com. Mike Kalinowski along with the Governor, Bob Dunkle. We've got the Dean of all that is football, Dave Kadis, with us this afternoon as we get set for the contest here today. Kerle Tire pregame show as we get set for this one. And gentlemen, this is a matchup between two teams going right at it, two unbeatens getting set to go here in this championship game today. Should be a great one between these two.
Definitely for all the marbles, Mike. You know, this is what these kids have worked all summer for. This is what the summer quote-unquote voluntary practices are all about, practicing in the heat, the two-a-days, the long off-season. It has finally come to an end. At least part one of the goal has been achieved by making it.
Both towns very excited about this. Got an opportunity to talk to a gentleman up in Troy this past week from their radio station and said the town's buzzing and painted all red and white up there, and it's a huge community production up there, and everybody in the town up there in Troy is excited. And then, Mike, we had the opportunity to do the show the other night from the Haskell House, and what we had out in the town square with the gazebo, and the town showed up in a snowstorm, and it was just fantastic. So the town of Clarion all excited for this too, and we're excited to bring it to you today on Explore Clarion.
Yeah, and it was a really cool evening that night to go over to the gazebo, and the number of people that came out, not only from North Clarion, and Clarion Limestone, but many folks from surrounding areas too. A lot of people. It's a lot of people too very interested from around District 9. So we had people up there representing folks from all over the place.
That's it exactly. I talked to a number of people, and of course, yesterday Port Allegheny came up short in their game, but the energy that has really been generated as a result of both these two District 9 teams has just been simply fantastic. The outreach, the outpouring of the entire community, and everybody supporting. I saw a number of different people here from throughout District 9 as I was wandering along the sidelines, getting a few photos prior to the start of this one, and just can't really wait for this one to get underway. And everybody is just kind of at the edge of their seat, really, and both fan bases, you're seeing an awful lot of that.
Yeah, and I think one other thing that is involved with it would be nice to see us get one more time an escort for the Wildcats into Clarion after this afternoon's game.
Yeah, no question about that.
Well, if that would happen, you're going to see that whole area just go nuts. I know they've been greeting them after each of their big wins, and this would be certainly something for the area. And of course, I want to tip of the cap too to Port Allegheny. Yesterday, they came up short in their state championship game, but what a great season that they had. And this has never happened before, where you have two teams from District 9 in state championship games. So a lot of firsts here, and of course for the Central Clarion team, their first time here as well.
At the end of the day, I tell everybody, look, if you're playing in December, it has been a very successful season. Certainly, you obviously want to go out on a winning note, and I've said this story many times. My season has only ended once on a winning note, and that was the 2000 Carson City Girls, as they won a state AA title in basketball. But it's only ended once that way, and we've had a number of good teams, certainly in a variety of other sports, and just unable to seal the deal. Now, obviously, certainly Clarion area winner in volleyball as well as baseball. So they might, if they can come away here at least as Central Clarion as a state champ, they could literally kind of argue, well, we're title town.
Yeah, and it's kind of neat for the Clarion team too. A lot of these, there are several guys, I shouldn't say a lot, but several guys that were also part of that state championship baseball team. So they have some experience at the state level, different sport, but still under the kind of the same things. You're coming in, in a big game, preparing for a big game, getting ready for that. So there's a lot of experience down on that field when it comes to situations like this.
Yeah, no question about that. And all those little things eventually start to add up and certainly become factors as well.
Gentlemen, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to get an idea of the.
We're used to it. My wife does that to me all the time. So.
Well, I'm keeping an eye on the coin toss down there in the end zone. It's the official coin toss. They'll come up for the ceremonial coin toss. But what I've gathered is I am pretty confident that Clarion has won the toss. And I think I saw Jace Ferguson put his hands across together almost like they deferred. So that's what I'm going to go with as far as a little sneak preview, basically.
We're going to hold you to this one, Dave.
Well,
we do realize that.
I'm almost, as soon as he dropped that coin, he picked it up and he went right over to Jace Ferguson. So I can almost guarantee they won the toss, but I'm almost positive, too, that they deferred. So that might be a little insight for you here before we get going.
All right, we do have a lot of sponsors to thank here on the broadcast today, so we're going to let Bob get started on that.
Want to thank Dietz for all your home service needs. All you need is Dietz. Gatesman Auto Body, a family-owned and operated automotive body shop providing expert auto repair and mechanical services. It's Gatesman Auto Body. Independence Health Systems, connecting patients and families to personalized care, advanced clinical solutions, and innovative technologies, as well as J&J Trailer Sales. Trailers, sheds, and convenience. Find the trailer to do exactly what you need it to do. That's J&J Trailer Sales. Janney Financial, dedicated to providing personalized investment advice and solutions to help clients achieve their financial goals. Lowell Eye Clinic, a better vision for you. McMillan's Carpet Outlet, offering a variety of carpet, hardwood, and other flooring options. Nick's Auto Body of Clarion, serving the area with the area's state-of-art technology products. Oaks Lumber, your one-stop shop for hardware, houseware, and more. It's Oaks Lumber and Penn State DuBois. Penn State DuBois, small but mighty. We're not just a campus, we're family. We certainly do appreciate all those sponsors. Again, we say this quite often. If you have the opportunity to run into the good folks, the various businesses that sponsor us, let them know that you heard the mention on here, because while we love to do these games, they certainly are not for free.
No, they certainly are not. And as we take a look here at the Brookville equipment inside the game today, looking at both of these teams. And I know, Dave, you had a chance. You talked to those folks up at Wiggle 101 as they were filling you in on this Troy team a little bit, and then you had a chance, too, to talk to the coach and all that kind of stuff. This is a team coming in. They're the visiting team today coming in against Central Clarion. Jim Smith, the head coach. They've been on a roll this season as well. This is a team that is very multifaceted. They have a talented quarterback. They have a guy that can really run the football well. Actually, a few guys, too. So this is a team, the Clarion, they run that triple option as well. So certainly going to be a challenge for Central Clarion today.
Yeah, and I got an opportunity to talk to Shane Wilbur up at Wiggle 101, and we went through the whole roster as far as the Clarion players and the Troy players. And the interesting things, Mike and Bob, that I noticed that it's a dead heat. It's a wash because they got a bunch of people that are in a situation where they got some big guys, we got some big guys, and we got speed at the outside and at the corners, and they do too. But it was interesting going through each individual player, and what Shane said, hey, this is the first time this past week against Riverside that they were in a close game that they were in. And, they haven't been in a close game before, and, they came out on top against Riverside. So it was a big win for Troy last week, and it was a big win for Central Clarion over there at South Park. So, so a lot of good things. They were picked number 2, Troy, in the preseason in their district. They thought that they were going to finish second behind Southern Columbia, and they turned around and they beat Southern Columbia in a game that wasn't real close. So that sort of sent a message out the whole way across as far as what was going to go on. They beat Southern Columbia, who's a perennial state visitor down here. Basically, they beat them, Mike and Bob, 69-28.
Yep.
So they have a very, very good football team up there. And their coaching staff's been together for about 14 years up there. They're all intertwined, and they know each other real well, and they're pretty excited about this football game.
Yeah, and you look at Central Clarion, too, as they come in. Again, that's another offense that's very, very hard to defend, especially with the likes of Jace Ferguson. And so many weapons that he can go to. And that is, I'm sure when you talk to those guys up there, that was certainly on their minds because, he's the guy you got to focus on. But then if you focus too much on him, you got all those other guys that they could go to.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Their quarterback up there, he has been around a long time, Evan Woodward. He's been a 3-year starter at quarterback, much like Jace, who started for 4 years straight. He's also he's been a starting safety for 4 years for Troy. So it all goes through the quarterback. He is well established. He knows offense and the defense, and I'm interested to see how he's going to play today.
And, of course, when we talk about Ferguson, but you also have the other weapons with Rex, Burford deep down the field. But they have such a supporting cast. When we brought those guys in, we had a chance. I know Mike Kilroy and I talked to Kemmer and Harrison and Sawicki and all those guys. Alston was there, too, that night. And they're so unselfish. It's like, hey, if this guy's got the hot hand or if we can get it to him, it's going to him. It doesn't matter who it is, and that's what makes this team very special, too. All of these guys have had a big role at some point during the season.
The difficulty sometimes is when you have that much talent is trying to coach them, keep everybody happy. And this group seems to not be bothered by that. Look, if it's one game where Burford has the hot hand, he's the guy. It's all about matchups, and I think they've done an outstanding job as the season has unfolded to take advantage of a given matchup. Sometimes it will be Burford. Sometimes it's going to be Sawicki. Sometimes it's going to be Kemmer. They get these guys involved in a variety of ways, and I think that kind of keeps everybody happy, everybody jealous as well as a result, because any given play, one of the players has the ability and certainly has stepped up throughout the course of the entire season.
Yeah, I tell you, Bob, we have seen, and we took a walk out of the press box and went down to the merchandise tent just to take a look around down there and everything. You said, boy, take a good look at this because this may never happen. And then we got on a conversation. We may never see another quarterback like this, too, with Jace Ferguson. I mean, what he's done in 4 seasons and 47 games has been incredible. He's thrown for 3,293 yards and 49 touchdowns just this season. And he's completed completed 70% of his passes, and we've got an opportunity to see a majority of those. We're very, it's just unbelievable. And rushing the football, 1,441 yards and 24 touchdowns this year. He rushed the ball and scored 24 touchdowns this year, which is an incredible stat. If
It's
you really
a career.
think about it.
It's not a single season. It's a career is what it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is. But the numbers, they're just overwhelming what he's done. And he is the leader. I got an opportunity to be very close to one of the assistant coaches at Clarion, and he is a true leader on the team. And he's not a yeller, screamer or anything, but his presence is there, and people seem to follow him like crazy. And this football team has certainly done that this year.
Yeah, they have. And again, we talk constantly about his numbers, and over the course of our broadcast season, you hear different people who haven't had the opportunity to see him as much as we have. Are these numbers for real? Are these numbers for real? Well, I think you're asked the question, and I think it gets answered rather quickly in just each and every ball game.
Yeah, and he's got good people, too, around him.
Yep.
Mason Burford, 44 receptions for 1,000 yards this year and 15 TDs. Ethan Rex has hauled in 76 passes for 914 yards, and exactly what you said, Bob. If it's not one person, somebody's going to step up. And you mentioned Cohen Kemmer, and last week against South Park, we all of a sudden, here comes Cohen Kemmer, scores a touchdown. We're looking for Sawicki and Burford, and Cohen Kemmer gets himself open in that secondary and scores a touchdown, and that's real positive, and it's got to be – it feels real good for your quarterback when you know you got a lot of targets out there.
It does, and I think, and this is where I'm going to rely on you a little bit. Look, you were a former college coach. You were involved in scheming and planning against great top-notch athletes. How frustrating or how challenging would it be to face a team that had this many weapons as you had the prep time? Think about that.
I was an offensive guy, and I used to get upset an awful lot, and Mike even knows that I have broken 2 wedding rings up in press boxes.
I was there for one of them
because I slammed my hand on the table so hard. This guy's open. You got to get the ball to him. And we had great quarterbacks back then: Timmy Myers and Mike Carter and Chris Weibel. And I mean, but just not getting the ball makes it so difficult. But we'd go into a game with our best receivers and say, "Hey, who do we want to try to have them match up on us?" And it's all about matchups. Mason Burford's a really big, tall target, and he's got sneaky speed, which I could say that he comes across the middle and everything, and he's going to have the height advantage an awful lot today. But they got some pretty good secondary guys too, and we forgot. I didn't want to forget they got a couple guys over there. I'm trying to pick up the name, but they've had a kid in that secondary for the last. In the playoffs and everything, he has 3 interceptions. Joe Fry, he's an athletic corner. He's got 3 interceptions in the postseason, so I'm sure he's been watching a lot of film too, Bob. And it's going to be interesting because I think it is a very even matchup, and it's going to be really cool to get an opportunity to see it.
One of the other challenges I talk about is we're a little bit spoiled in District 9. We see so many teams that are pass happy as compared to a lot of the other districts which prefer to run 70-80% of the time, and then they're going to throw out a necessity, or they're going to throw short screens, little dink-dunk passes. But until you face it, too, it's a challenge. You can see it on paper. You can know and understand your responsibilities, but come game time at live speed, it is very difficult. And I think until you faced it and went against it, it's very hard. Especially, I think it's harder more so on the linebackers than what it is the secondary guys. Because the secondary guys, if they make a mistake, generally are a little faster.
Right.
As a linebacker, you don't always have the speed to react and the time.
But, one thing, we can talk all about Jace Ferguson, we can talk about all the wide receivers, and we can talk about Noah Harrison, the running back, but it isn't all going to happen unless that offensive line.
You are right, and that's what I love to see. I like the battles on the interior, and some of the adjustments. And it's oftentimes it's a game of chess. And again, we keep on coming back. It's about matchups, and if you can win that matchup and take full advantage of it, usually the game's going to bode very well for you.
Yeah. One other thing I'll mention before we take a break is. You know who got that game started last week? And you know the answer to that question. Who got the momentum going in that football game last week against Southside or South Park?
Well, depending on how
Thomas Euchert.
I was going to say, with that, and we talked about this, and I was going to say, depending on which way you want to go, I thought that's where you're going, but Thomas Euchert, special teams, this guy is money in the bank. And look, I have not had the opportunity to talk to him one-on-one or anything like that. if this young man doesn't at least explore maybe the option of doing something on Saturdays at the next level, it's a shame because he has all kinds of talent and very exciting shot of energy. And I have to really tip the cap to Coach Eggleton for electing to kick a field goal in a fourth down situation where, to be honest with you, I'm the king of conservative. Let's face it, everybody knows that.
Yep.
When it comes to my coaching strategies, if I were a coach, I would have went for it on fourth down. He obviously made the right decision, but kicking a long field goal in a cold, snowy surface, it worked out, but that was such a shot in the arm. And again, you're right, that was a big key play to get on the board 3-0, and from there it just steamrolled. Everything went their way.
Yeah, and it was just one of those games, and having him back when he walked onto that field, it certainly and when he hit that, you could just see how Clarion responded to that. Just having him back and how important he is to this football team. So we'll see how that plays out here today. Do want to thank some more sponsors as we roll along here today. Do want to thank the Kerle Tire Company, your one-stop on-the-spot headquarters for a complete line of quality tires. Red Bank Chevrolet. Red Bank Chevy is Clarion County's locally owned Chevy dealer. Dubrook offers ready-mix concrete, limestone, gravel, sandstone, and various construction supplies. Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. No plumbing, heating, or air conditioning job is too big or too small for Luton's. The Matrix Group, electronics, and people you can count on. Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. Brighter futures begin here. Start your education at a location near you. And Durstein, window and door, home and exterior solutions, premium products with timeless appeal. So more sponsors as we go through today. We'll be thanking those as we go through the ball game. And as we continue to roll on here, do want to thank, too. Thanks. I will tell you why. Bob and I had a chance, of course, to call that Red Bank championship game a few years ago, and want to thank the PIAA today. When we talk about rolling out the red carpet, we got here. I know the last time we were at Hershey, we were kind of waiting around. We were all by ourselves. Boy, perfectly done today. Everybody knew where we were to go. We stopped, asked directions. They were all ready for us down in the media room. All of the stuff, all of our names, everything was ready, and well, that's the tip of the cap, and a nice job here. And to also, how about to Cumberland Valley High School?
Yeah, no question about that. Oftentimes, it's pretty easy to tell us where to go, but today it was the right physical location. Again, wonderful venue. These guys really have it down to a science. Do appreciate just how well we have been taken care of, and of course, they're also making sure that the only people in the press box are properly credentialized, and they want to make sure that, look, they're coming around checking, and with the exception of you, you're the only guy. Now, Dave and I, each time they walk by, we have to flash badges, but they recognize you. Hall of Famer Mike Kalinowski.
Hey. They recognize the Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about that, but it is a great facility. There's no doubt about that. It's, I think a lot of people were worried. It's like, hey, we're moving it from Hershey to this location. This is the first, you guys were at Hershey, and you guys raved about the press box space and everything else, but this is the first time I've been here, and even behind the stadium here, the baseball field and softball fields are just pristine. It's just great facilities. I would say to anybody is teaching sports management classes and stuff, if you want to benchmark a place to copy, this is the place. Come down here and check out how they have set up Chapman Field and everything here. They got some great sponsors on the scoreboard, and just the all-around thing. The other thing, don't try to get a hold of anybody basically in Troy or Clarion today, because not too many people are there. Bleachers are filling up. I just saw George White here, former superintendent, was in the press box. They told me that they're bringing 3 fan buses down from Clarion. They're either here or they're on their way. But it's just I'm just honored to be able to do the game with you guys.
Well, I'll tell you too. And when you talk about empty areas, not only Clarion but Strattonville, and also up there at North Clarion.
Yeah, that's
I know a lot of
right.
folks are here to enjoy it. And if you are tuning into the audio broadcast today, we certainly really do thank you, because as the year goes on, we get to this championship game, we're able, through ourselves, but also the NFHS, to bring you a lot of the video coverage, but PCN owning the rights to the coverage. So we're only able to do the audio, but I know we'll have a lot of folks that, hey, I'm working, it's going to be hard to watch, so we'll be listening, and we do want to thank them.
Yeah, call your friends and tell them to put on Explorer Clarion, and I know there's some banks that are listening to it, and a bunch of other places too. So one thing to keep in mind, the kickoff is supposed to be at 1 o'clock. I don't know if we'll get there. We'll probably go 1:05, 1:10, so it's not going to start, I don't anticipate, directly at 1 o'clock. But
Mike, as you're thanking guys, the one big person which we really have to thank, who definitely makes this all possible, is the president of the UIT Media Group,
Absolutely.
which is Jake Bauer. And Jake certainly is really doing a large community service by bringing these games. And I know, again, you mentioned it. You hit the nail on the head. There's so many people who wanted to be here, and I was asked that all week. Hey, are you guys going to do something? Please tell me, because I can't subscribe or I don't get that channel. And yeah, we'll take care of you. You know, gave them a little directions exactly how they could get the link to the game. And again, this is going to be played probably in about 60-70% of the businesses, I would think, at least in Clarion County, and certainly part of Jefferson County as well.
Well, we want to thank a couple other sponsors that we have. Clarion Area Chamber of Business and Industry, the 4th annual Christmas sweater, ugly Christmas sweater parade is scheduled for tomorrow night, December 7th. We want to thank them. Farmers Mutual and Fire Insurance Company of Marble, that provides comprehensive insurance coverage for homes, businesses, and farms. Treats and Associates of Clarion, offering certified professional tax, payroll, and accounting services. Law offices of Hever DeLow, legal representation, Clarion, Venango, Forest, Mercer, and Indiana counties. And we'll get one more in here. Chronospan, the world's #1 producer of wood-based products, now hiring in Shippenville. Call or text 814-227-7625.
All right, so great sponsors, too. And we continue to roll here in this pregame show brought to you by Kerle Tire. And, you know, tell you what, the way the weather's been, too, if you don't have some good tires on your car, get on over there to Kerle Tire, and they always take excellent care of you. It's a great place to go. This 2A final this afternoon here at Cumberland Valley High School at Chapman Field. We do have, and I like this, too, because they tell us who's also officiating in the game and that. We missed it yesterday. Although they spelled their name incorrectly, there was a Kerle Kalinowski.
Wait a minute. Maybe you spell your name.
Oh, no, that's incorrect.
Yeah,
there was a Kerle. No, here's the deal. It's a Kalinowski because I'm a now, right? So, but Kerle Kalinowski and Stephen Kalinowski were here. I actually have a cousin, Stephen, but of course we have the W and R's, but we missed it yesterday. It would have been pretty cool. I could have went down, got a picture with them, kind of a family photo, found out where they were from, as far as
and then you would have charged them for it, because a Hall of Famer doesn't do much of anything for free.
Well, you know what? I got to make a living somehow.
You know what? This is a big state final game is big, and it's so funny because I just looked down to the right, probably about 10 minutes ago, and all the officials were lined up under the goalpost, and they were taking pictures. There was 10 media people down there taking pictures of the officials. So this is something I remember Kevin Doverspike saying the proudest moment was, refereeing a state championship game, and that's something you work really hard to get to that area, and they should get some props on.
Well, being
able to get to this level right now.
The only thing they were wondering when we came across, they're like, "Where's Skiba?"
Oh, yeah.
So, he's like the dean of officials in the state of Pennsylvania, and they're like, we want him in the picture. I said, I don't think he made the trip today. So
yeah, we've yet to see him.
They were looking for him.
And, Mike, we do have a number of special listeners, but we want to send out a special hello to Steve Smale.
That's right.
Certainly a little under the weather, but I know for sure he is listening. And, of course, I guarantee if it would have been possible at all, Steve would have been here. Certainly a long-time sports writer and just great all-around guy. Of course, you got to get him squared away on parking tickets somehow, Dave, I guess.
No, you know what? He's been communicating with me all week, actually, on Twitter, and he's been saying, hey, I'm good. I'm going to get out of there. And I kept saying, well, you got to bust out of there and get yourself better and get yourself ready to go for basketball season, which he has to get involved with. So.
All right, time now as we move along here in the Kerle Tire pregame show. We're going to take a look at the Kale's Kitchen's keys to this football game. And we've talked about both teams. We broke it down. I know Bob's written down some notes. You've got ideas. Governor, we'll start with you. What do these teams need to do to come out with a win here today?
Well, we'll take a look at Troy, and I think for them it's very important to establish the run. I think they want to just find out what Central Clarion is going to scheme and try and keep them in check. And I think also, number two, let's get this out of the way right now. They got to scheme a way to keep Jace Ferguson in check. Easier said than done. You're not going to shut him down. Your goal needs to be just to try and figure out a way, certainly, to keep him in check. And another thing is, I think they have to, Troy, that is, whenever they're on the defensive side, they have to limit the amount of big plays out of the Central Clarion squad. And again, these are easy statements to make, but until you can get them to unfold on the football field, that's where the proof is going to be in the pudding.
Well, I think basically if you want to go on that Troy side too, I've heard rumblings coming out of there, talking to the people up at Troy and everything. They want to establish the run, and they are going to dictate the flow of the game. And we are going to run it, and you're going to have to learn how to stop it. And they feel comfortable about what they're doing. On the other side of the ball, as far as defensively is concerned with the Wildcats, Bob and Mike, being around the coaches and seeing everything, I think that triple option is what they've been running for 14 years. They've refined it. They got it taken care of. I think some of the things that Clarion's going to do, and we're so close to game time now, I don't think anybody's going to find out. It sounds like that the Wildcats are going to put another big guy, look for Peyton Ward to step up and play a little bit more, take a safety out or a corner out a little bit, and put Peyton Ward, put another big guy on that defensive line to try to stop that triple option. And also talking to them, it's like they have preached all week. The way you stop the triple option is to do your job. And every single, don't try to fade off and do somebody else's job. Do your job. If that quarterback is going to pitch the ball, go tackle the quarterback and let somebody else tackle the pitch man. And I think they got a coaching staff enough that they have preached that all week to try to stop that triple option. So that's what I'm looking at today. That's a key for Clarion.
You know, Dave, it's funny you mentioned about stopping the triple option and responsibilities. I played for Dave Moore, who was a Hall of Fame coach, and Dave developed and faced the same type of an offense, which Brady ran. The other night, you guys and Pat Kell talked about that veer option. Dave Moore used to have us yell as linebackers, quarterback option contain, tackle the dive man. And that literally, if you hear that enough and you know that, okay, my responsibility, look, quarterback is over me, I'm going to take him. The next man up obviously plays the option, so on and so forth. And everybody does their job. They know their responsibilities. I used to joke as a player that if I ever developed Alzheimer's, I'd snap up in bed at the age of 80 probably and say the phrase quarterback option contain, tackle the dive man. Because, again, it was a moniker, but that stuck in your head. And, you know, it's little simple things like that. And,
yeah.
You know, I'm sure the coaches used a little different way of teaching and instructing this week, but that's such a big key. Again, just take care of business. All you got to worry about is yourself. You have 10 other teammates. If they do the same thing, you're in great shape.
Yeah, and we watched that game last week against South Park, and we saw 77 coming onto the field a little bit more than we have, and coming off the field a little bit more than we have, and because they had Doru was a good running back for South Park, but man, you get Peyton Ward in there, another big body. That causes a lot of havoc, and that young man is seeing more playing time, and there's going to be some responsibilities he's going to have today. So that's going to be interesting to watch as far as the key.
Now, as we take a look at Central Clarion, I think, obviously their big thing is don't change a thing. I mean, what you've done throughout the entire season, it's been consistent. It's got you here. I think, we talked about it. Take care of your own responsibilities. Stay home, I think, on the defensive side. I think certainly you want to throw Troy a little bit off schedule. What I mean by that is get him in second long, third long situations, because that limits that running game a little wee bit. Yes, you can still run, but it makes it much more of a challenge. It kind of changes the game of chess, if you will. And I think obviously special teams got to come up with some big plays, not just on the return. Everybody hears special teams, they always think about returns. I love to see kicks blocked. If you can block a kick, if you can change field position, it's those little things which become a huge factor, certainly in the football game.
Well, I know that you're right about that. That's the number one priority, because I've seen a lot of special teams film this week, and how Central Clarion is going to try to attack that. And every time I deal with the special teams coach, he says, we're going to get one this week. We're going to get one this week. Well, they always get one, and he said it again this week. Hey, we're going to get one of these. Watch today. You're going to be up in the perch. Watch, we're going to get one of these again today.
Yeah, and it's kind of wild, too, because the fella that really brought that philosophy into Clarion football before they merged was sitting right down here.
You read my mind,
Larry
because
Weiser.
I'm thinking this the whole time, and he was the guy again. We talked about a little bit this morning as we were going over a few things back at the hotel, and that is so true. And we don't have those stats available. Certainly the amount of kicks he blocked, but geez, these guys, they blocked a ton over the years. Mike, let's jump in a little bit. Thank a few more sponsors here, because we have so many of them and do appreciate them. I want to thank Penn West Clarion University, providing diverse academic programs to help students achieve their educational and career goals. It's Penn West Clarion University. Primary Health Network, providing comprehensive health care services, including primary care, specialty care, and preventative services. Simply Skin Medical Spa, offering advanced skin care treatments and personalized care to help you achieve vibrant, healthy skin. West Park Rehab and Diagnostics. Are you ready to live a life with less pain? West Penn Rehab can help you now with locations in Seneca and Franklin. Ascendance Trucks, a full-service authorized retailer of new and used commercial trucks. And Brookville Equipment, a leading manufacturer of mining equipment, locomotives, and streetcars, as well as Bobcat of Clarion. helping you get the job done efficiently and effectively.
All right, great sponsors. And if you are out and about, make sure you patronize all those businesses and say thank you for help bringing this ball game on the air this afternoon. Teams are coming onto the football field. You can hear the crowd in the background as they're getting fired up. And I'll tell you what, good crowds on both sides here. You hear Troy getting ready as their team is coming down the path to the stadium.
Yeah,
Central Clarion's amassing.
Yeah, and everybody's got, the nice thing you see about Troy and also with Clarion, you got the American flag in front of the group, ready to get onto the field. Basically, want to say a special thank you to Braun Excavation. Really want to thank Braun Excavation an awful lot. Thank you for covering the broadcast fee so we can get this on the air today, and also some of the travel that was incurred with us coming down here to Cumberland Valley. So we really appreciate them an awful lot.
And today, I know you folks are tuning in on the audio broadcast. Central Clarion's a home team. They're in the dark blue tops and bottoms with that blue helmet. Troy is in the white tops with the red bottoms. It almost looks like Red Bank over there, doesn't it, Robert?
It does remind you of Red Bank or Punxsutawney, one of those two teams. That's the first image that comes to my mind. It's hard to believe, Mike, that, I went all those years without being here, and I got to come here in 21 and do a game in 21 and now 24.
You have a unique past, too, because we were talking with Pat, and, Pat, of course, played in the first district championship game that Clarion would have played in. Back then, there was no state championship. But you and Pat, actually, when we were in college, were able to call that state champion or the district championship. It wasn't.
It wasn't district. They played those two teams played in district. But Clarion's first district championship was 1997, and then we called that game.
So we were on the radio station at that time.
And in the official photo of that one, you can see the silhouette. Of course, no one has a clue who we are, but at that time our statistician was Tricia Troutman. So Tricia's in the photo in the press box, myself and Pat. And no one, unless it was one of the three of us, is going to ever know that. But no, that was a unique experience. Certainly, they defeated a very top-notch and heavily favored Smethport team, and that was a group led by quarterback Tom Burley. And Tom, had an outstanding ballgame. The entire team did that year, and of course, they were huge as far as the offensive line. A lot of beef up front.
And the tradition here continues now. You got a few state championships here. Of course, we go back to Garden City Girls back in 2000 with the basketball, and then we had Red Bank Valley and now Central Clarion. Troy now making their way onto the field. You can hear their crowd in the background. They are fired up and ready to go.
Well, how can't you be? I mean, I'm nervous. Geez, I know you're nervous, and I'm nervous. They're all gathering in the end zone and getting ready to come out on the field. Thank a couple other sponsors real quick. About our truck repair, we want to thank Land Pro. Hager Paving is a big one. CNA Trees. CNA Trees is your one-stop holiday shopping in Clarion, including Christmas trees, wreaths, garlands, poinsettias, and a lot more. CNA Trees wishing the Wildcats the best of luck this year. And also, finally, on my sheet, All-American and Awards Graving. We appreciate their support.
You talk about nerves a little bit. We were joking with some of the staff prior to getting on the air. Are you a little bit nervous? Oh, yeah, just a little bit. And I said, that's great, because if you're not nervous, you're not alive. I mean, that's the reality in a game like this. All
right, so now, Troy, now you're going to hear on this side the Central Clarion crowd. Here they come.
They're from District 9. A record of 14-0. Head coach Dave Eggleston. Welcome. The Wildcats of Central Clarion High School.
Yeah, keep in mind, folks, record of 14-0.
You can hear that crowd as the Wildcats, and this is the fun, too, about sometimes audio's fun because we get to tell you everything.
We get to paint a little bit more of a picture. One thing that we've not touched on any broadcast, at least that I've been a part of, think about this. As amazing as the numbers are for this team, there was one game, Mike, that they didn't play. That was won by forfeit. So you lost a whole entire game's worth of stats, but certainly not a factor. And I guarantee no one could care about that right now at this point, since it's a state championship game.
Jace Ferguson leading the crew. We go to the respective sidelines. We'll get set. We'll have the anthem coming here from Cumberland Valley High School at Chapman Field.
Side judge Shane Gemmel.
They're talking now, and we'll be able to bring you a lot of the different audio from the PA announcer here, but as the game goes on.
Yeah.
We'll have that medal ceremony at the end.
Chapman Field, you talk a little bit about that. 2 huge sets of bleachers, folks. If you're back at Clarion, can't see this. Bigger than Memorial Stadium at Clarion as far as the home size. Put on 2 more sections basically across the way. And then our side, which is the home side behind Clarion, is just enormous. Huge as far as bleachers are concerned.
So the teams will come across here. We're going to do the coin toss to get things started.
58, 8 linemen, 53, Jimmy Kerle.
I realize it's about the showmanship, but I am not a big coin toss guy.
You don't like this. I know. After being around a couple of years now with you, you're not all about this, okay? We already tossed the coin. I wish they would just do it. I can't never
Yep, just send everybody out.
Yeah.
Make a simple announcement,
Yeah.
Team X has won the toss.
Is he really going to toss the he can't even toss the coin, Bob.
Nope. So here we go.
All right, so I was right, I think.
It's the pageantry.
I got it.
Clarion won the toss, but they are going to defer.
I had it right.
Yep, so it's Beckwith down there, Heineman, Kerr, and Ferguson were the team captains for Central Clarion.
Just so you know, Dave, Mike bet me a steak. He was convinced you were going to be wrong. I knew you were right. I had confidence in you all the way.
I got it, man. I got it. Oh, man, we're like a minute away from kickoff here. Jeez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
Could
So
be
our
exciting.
national anthem today is going to be sung by Ella France of Nativity BBM High School. So we'll bring that
we ask all
to you here.
military personnel who are serving or who have served our great country, please render a hand salute as we honor the United
And they're honoring the military that are here. Boy, great crowd on hand on both sides here.
By Nativity BVM Senior Ella France. Ladies and gentlemen, we present with pride and much gratitude our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So there we go. There's your national anthem, and we are set for kickoff here at Cumberland Valley High School at Chapman Field. We get you guys turned back up, I guess.
Looking down in the bleachers on the Clarion side, looking at a lot of familiar people from the town in the bleachers down below us here. Good to see the great town support, community support.
Yeah, lots and lots of people. No folks from the schools, North Clarion, Clarion Limestone, Clarion area are here. And we are just about ready to go. Eucherts will come on, and he's got a big foot, and he is known for those touchbacks to get things started.
Yeah, Mike looking and Bob looking to my far left as far as the flags are going. Pretty good wind down on the field. Not as bad. We have reports yesterday. Really windy here. I remember Port Allegheny started off the game. They kicked off, and they tried to keep that ball in the tee. It wouldn't stay, and then the end guy on the line came and had to hold the football. It doesn't look like we're in that situation today.
Now, you could hear it on that microphone, especially with the anthem. The wind that's whipping around, so we apologize for that, but just part of the ball game. Here's Euchre ready to go.
We're so used to Thomas putting it in the end zone for a touchback. Let's see if he can do it today.
So here's his kickoff. And it's going to come down just a little shy there. That is Kimmicks bringing it back 10-15. Here's Kimmicks. Breaks the tackle. Kimmicks cuts back up the middle. Lost the ball. Lost the football. They think Central Clarion's on top of it. The Wildcats will have the football right at the 20-yard line.
Waiting for the official signal here, but everybody, the clear indication is that it's going to be Central Clarion, and it is.
There you go. So Central Clarion will take over at the 20. After the fumble, Kimmicks was bringing it back. He tried to cut back to the middle, and he was able to be stripped of that football.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Mike and Bob, he was just holding that out there like a loaf of bread, too. He tried to make a cutback, and one of the Wildcats came through and just stripped it off his hand, and not sure who recovered it, but what a great start for the Wildcats.
All right, that's the Penn State DuBois kickoff, and it works out for the Wildcats. First quarter sponsors, Clarion Forest VNA. Here we go. Here's Ferguson and crew as they get set to go here. Ferguson will work, and they're going to have Hyman right off the line of scrimmage. I thought maybe they were going to put him sidecar. But here's the ball set back. Here's Ferguson going to run with that football. Ferguson breaking a tackle. He'll take it down to the 15-yard line. That's a 5-yard pick up there for Central Clarion. Second down and 5.
A little bit of a different wrinkle there as Hyman in the backfield, the big man, opening up a little bit of real estate there. That's a new wrinkle.
Yeah,
Hyman.
Who made that tackle was number 12. That's Evan Woodward, the quarterback, and he had a lot of load on him because Jimmy Kerr fell on him along with Jace heading forward, so he got up kind of gingerly, their quarterback for Troy.
Harrison in the backfield, sidecar right for Ferguson. He'll send Rex in motion. That's that pitch. Here's Rex trying to turn the corner. He does. He's at the 10-5. Rex. There is a flag, though, on the play. Rex took it into the end zone, or they're going to say he was shy of the end zone on the right side.
It's coming back regardless, as there was a hold on that far side of the football field to seal that good run.
Yeah, it was just a little bit too much of a corner, and one of the Wildcats just came back, and you could tell the Troy guy was just there, like saying, "Hey, I got held," and side judge threw it on him. So,
but I will tell you this: what tends to happen in that situation, even though you're bailed out there defensively by the penalty, it is now sitting in the back of your head. Uh-oh, is the phrase that's sitting in the back.
Yeah, because you always worry you want to get outside, and the question was sort of answered right there. Yeah, we can get outside. Now the hold may have disrupted that whole sequence, but they had enough running room to get outside. The right side of that offensive line did a good job blocking, basically, except for the flag.
Ball back to the 23-yard line. Second down here at 13. Here's Ferguson keeping the football, cuts back outside. He's going to be tripped up, and he'll get knocked down at about the 19-yard line. It's about a 3-yard pickup. Make it about 4 yards, actually, as he takes it to the 19. He's in that Dubrook red zone.
Yeah, Jaden Cutt, the linebacker, making the big tackle on Jace Ferguson. So
we've talked about matchups during the course of the pregame, and I think, we saw there in that particular formation that Kimmicks was against Burford. That'll be one that as this game unfolds, I think you're going to see Central Clarion take a good, strong look at.
Third down here for the Wildcats. The ball resting at the 19-yard line.
Took a lot of time to get the play in, Mike.
Yeah, they have 6 on the play clock. They'll have to hurry. Here's trips out to the right. 3-2 down on the play clock, down to 1, and they're going to get it snapped just in time. Ferguson fires, finds too high for Rex. So on fourth down for the 19, I think you may see Euchre come out here. That's what we saw against South Park last week, and here he comes. So he'll get things started again this week.
Yeah, a little more wind this week, but certainly no snow on the football field. Realize there's a lot of snow back at beautiful Clarion, but
yeah. Hey, going back to that play real quick, Mason Burford wide open heading down the post, so that's something that I'm sure the Clarion coaches will see and go back to at some point.
26-yard field goal on the way. He's got the wind to his back, too, does Euchre. So here it is, a 36-yard field goal. The kick is on the way, and that kick is good by Euchre. He does it again this week. Central Clarion will lead at 3-0. And that comes at the 9:46 mark of this first quarter. So Central Clarion's offense comes out. Troy standing up well defensively, guys, against Central Clarion and forcing that field goal.
Well, that wind came into play, too, because Euchre's kick didn't make it by too much, but it did. It made it over the crossbar. That's all it counts, and we're back to where we started here just a little bit ago. So
Yep.
Thomas Euchert and Bob, we talked about that. He was the spark plug for last week's game, so maybe very similar.
It's deja vu all over again, right?
It is, man. It is, and good for that young man to make that where he came from a month ago.
That's right.
It's fantastic.
So back deep, Gilliland's back there. They've got also Smith back as well, and Kimmicks will be the deep men here for Troy.
Well, I wanted to mention, too, their game last week, they ran back the opening kickoff for a touchdown, and that hasn't happened today.
Here's the kick, and the ball is going to come down. That's Kimmicks taking it again at the 5, 10, back 15, cuts to the 20, and this time he's going to be hit and dropped right around the 23-yard line, and that is where Troy will have the football.
Carter Hyman coming off of the pile for that tackle.
Allison as well turning him in. That's just a great example. I always watch special teams, and it's so hard to get athletes, really at any level, to guarantee and always stay in their lane. If you stay in your lane, good things are going to happen. You're either going to turn the guy in or come up with a stop yourself, and that time a good job there by Central Clarion.
Quarterback is Evan Woodward, and he is a good one. Out of the backfield, you'll see a lot of a young man, Brendan Gilland. He's going to go under center this time. Woodward under center. He's going to send the man in motion. He's going to flip that ball out. That's Smith with the football. He goes to the left side, and he'll get yardage up near the 26-yard line, about 3 yards for him on that play.
That's Hayden Hyman coming off of the pile there, where they sent all the infantry around that left side, man. They pulled guards, sent the fullback out. Even the quarterback went out that direction, too. So they're going to try to just overflow that side on that toss sweep.
Time to work the I formation here for the Trojans. And keeping the football, that's Woodward. And he's going to be hit and driven backwards. They'll give him forward progress. That pile went back, then went back forward. And they'll be up at the 30-yard line, so it's going to set up a 3rd down and 3.
Oh, man, Briggs Beckwith doing his job, man. Filled that hole like crazy and met Woodward right at the line of scrimmage a little bit and just got a couple yards on him. But good job by Briggs Beckwith, just standing his ground, reading his keys, and he met Woodward right there.
This is where you really want to be here defensively in this 3rd down situation. You got to play everybody straight up. Obviously, high likelihood we're going to see that running game again.
Quarterback Woodward is under center. I formation again. Hands that to the fullback that time, and he's going to have the 1st down. So that's Kelio Millard with that carry.
White Hat is going to give him the 1st down. Well,
he's going to make it, but not by much.
About half the football is all, so it's a 1st down here for Troy.
Both of the side judges came in and they're, looking across the field at each other, and the White Hat was further away, and they just signaled 1st down, and they moved the chains.
Ball rests at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10 here for Troy. They pick up the 1st down. They're going to split twin receivers, one on each side. Backs again in the I formation. Gilliland will dot the I here. Woodward is under center. He's going to give that to Gilliland. Here's Gilliland. Gets ahead of steam, breaking tackles, and he takes that for a 1st down carry. Out across the 40 and up to the 44-yard line. Give him 11. And that's another 1st down here for Troy.
If you just joined us, it is 3-0 Central Clarion here early on, opening quarter of play. Great to have you with us this afternoon. Want to thank Clarion Psychiatric Center. We treat our patients like family. Central Electric, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, and Clarion Forest VNA, providing compassionate home health and hospice care for patients in Clarion and Forest counties. That's Clarion Forest VNA.
1st and 10, new set of downs again for the Trojans. I formation again. Gillen dots the I. They're going to go right. They're going to fake. Looking to throw. Woodward firing down the left side. Burford in there on the defense, and the pass is going to go incomplete. Tried to get that over to Kimmicks.
Good job by Mason Burford. Halfway through that throw, he turned around, looked back at the ball, and had great coverage on Kimmicks. He's one of their big guys, Kimmicks, no doubt about that. Number 3, you'll be seeing him as a target, all day long, basically. He's good offensively and defensively. Kimmicks talking to the guys that I talked to up in Troy. So that was a really good play by Mason Burford to try to stay with him.
2nd down 10. Kimmicks will go wide out to the right. I formation behind the quarterback Woodward. Gillen will dot it again. He's going to hand that again. Then that's the big fullback again. Millard will take that up across midfield and down to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Sets up a 3rd down and 3.
Millard now 12 yards, in the ball game, as they're on the Central Clarion side of the football field at the 49-yard line.
Well, guys, one of the matchups you can already see early as they get the ball here in the first quarter and everything is that Kimmick's their best wide receiver. He's going to be matched up with Mason Burford. Anywhere number 3 goes, number 17 is going to follow. So that's a pretty good defensive strategy.
Big third down. Woodward under center. He's going to give it to Gilliland. Gilliland leans forward, and he'll have the first down. He needed 3. He gets 4 down near the 45-yard line of Central Clarion. 6.5 remaining here in this first quarter. They'll stop the clock as they move the chains.
And just enough to pick up that first down. It's a methodical style of offense.
Well, yeah, and I think, guys, one of the things I talked about in the pregame was, the use of number 77, Peyton Ward. They brought him in now. So Peyton Ward's in the game, and he's going to hopefully make a difference here.
And Woodward's going to keep the football. This time he's hit and driven backwards. Ferguson in there on the tackle. He'll get about 2 down to the 43. Hindman in there as well.
Matt Alston was in there on the initial hit. But let's see what kind of difference that's going to make as far as the defensive line. If Troy wants to continue to run that football, let's see if 77 can make a difference. His job is basically stay over that ball and take up 2 blockers and let those linebackers come in and make tackles.
Yeah, clog the lane, if you will.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Take up 2 blockers if you can.
Second down and 8. I formation tight at the line of scrimmage. Woodward's going to pitch it back to Gilliland. Gilliland gets a block, cuts inside. Gilliland lowers that shoulder, spins around, and he'll have another first down as he takes it to the 35-yard line. That's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to move the chains.
Good. It's just good, solid, fundamental football. Taking the pitch, the offensive linemen doing their job of surging and opening just a crease, not a huge hole, but a crease enough.
So the ball resting at the Central Clarion 35, 1st and 10 here for the Trojans. Clock rolling down to about 5 minutes to go here in this Clarion Forest VNA first quarter here at Explore Sports PA. I formation again, tight at the line of scrimmage. They're going to pitch it to Gilliland. Gilliland looks to go outside. Picks up another block, 30, and he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line, right around about the 22. So that's a gain of roughly 8 yards on the play. Sets up a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Gilliland has 31 yards now in 4 attempts.
Yeah, and he's a big kid. I mean, they got him listed as 6 foot, 195 as a junior, and he looks like he's a little bit more stout than that.
So here we go, 2nd down and 2. Troy now driving here on Central Clarion, while resting at the Wildcat 27. Again, I formation. Woodward, the quarterback, under center. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand that football off. Gillen right up the middle, stumbles but keeps his footing. He'll have it inside the 20, and he'll be dropped down at about the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and they're going to move the chains.
Well, Jace Ferguson's been on a couple tackles, guys, here early in the first quarter, and you don't want to see number 1, who's playing free safety, making your tackles back there in the secondary. So Troy doing a really good job of running the football.
So that first down in the Dubrook red zone at the 17-yard line here for the Trojans. Kimmicks just off the line on the left side. I formation set up. Woodward's going to pitch it back. This time running with that football, that's Smith over the left side. And he's going to be hit, and he'll be dropped inside the 15 down at about the 13-yard line. That's a 4-yard pickup, 2nd down and 6.
And he's got 7 yards in the ballgame, 2 touches, does Mason Smith.
Well, running the football, guys, we haven't seen a team run this much on them other than Karn City, who ran it an awful lot against the Wildcats. But Troy, I think, only thrown the football once so far on this drive.
I formation again. Millard is the fullback. Gilland is the I. Here's Woodward. Going to give that to Millard, and he's going to take it up the gut, and he'll take it inside the 10 down to about the 9-yard line. That's a 4-yard pickup. So sets up a 3rd down here in looks like about 2.
Matt Alston, 54, hanging on for dear life there. Making a pretty good tackle. So big 3rd down here, Bob.
You want to be careful not to sell out on this. The tendency is to sometimes over pursue, want to make a big play, put them in a 4th down situation. Here, in my mind, just stay home, make the tackle. If they pick up the first down, okay.
Woodward under center, I formation again. They've stayed right with it. Ball sits at the 9. They need the 7. The ball pitched back to Gilliland. Gilliland cuts inside 5, and he'll be stopped, but he'll have the first down at the 4-yard line. So that's a gain of 5 for him, and that'll be a first and goal here. It'll be a first and goal from the 4-yard line here for Troy.
Guys, nothing flashy, just running a toss sweep and running power I right at them. And just, as far as defensively is concerned, we're going to have to just make a few different adjustments here. But I think Troy's came out and said, we're going to run it, and it's up to you to stop it right now.
High formation, but Kimmicks goes wide out left. Woodward under center here. It's a first and goal. He's going to give it to Gilliland, and Gilliland lowers the shoulder to Gilliland. He gets down, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown here for Troy. 4-yard run for Gilliland comes at the 2:30 mark here of quarter number 1.
Yeah, just good running on that left side, and that Troy offensive line pushing their way up the field. I'll tell you, I would just watch isolated on Avery Sens there, number 52, one of their offensive linemen, and man, he cleared a pretty good hole. He was ranked as basically the best O-lineman they have. He's a senior captain, so they're going behind 52 an awful lot.
Extra point. Kick's on the way, and that kick is up, and it's no good. The extra point is no good that time. So 2:30 to go here in this first quarter, and it's now 6-3 in favor of Troy.
Boy, Briggs Beckwith came right shooting between that guard center gap. I don't know if he got a finger on it or a hand on it, but nonetheless, it was no good.
That's right.
Basically.
So we do want to thank a few more sponsors, too. The Fund Bank, the First United National Bank, a full range of personal and business banking services. Clarion Ford, nobody beats a Clarion Ford deal. Cousin Basil's Restaurant, nestled in the heart of Clarington. They offer a cozy atmosphere and delicious food-friendly service. Tianesta Builders, offering a full range of home improvement products and services. Sweet Basil Restaurant, a relaxing atmosphere and great service and food in Shippenville. Kale's Kitchen, specializing in custom cabinetry, kitchen design, and superior craftsmanship and timeless style. Heater Lumber for all your building and hardware needs. Locations in New Bethlehem, Reimersburg, Sligo, Emlenton, and Knox. Showcase Homes, offering quality modular and manufactured homes, bringing your dreams to reality. And the Harper Corporation and TeamShopware.com. Branding, technology, get your business discovered, noted, all that great stuff. So the drive by Troy makes it 6-0. The extra point was no good here in the first. Still, 2:30 to go here, Governor?
I think for Troy that was a huge drive. Obviously, the game didn't start certainly the way they wanted to with the fumble of the opening kickoff, but certainly responded very effectively and efficiently with that long, sustained drive.
So here's the kickoff. They're going to scoop it down the field. Oh, and it goes off of a Clarion player, and I think Troy's going to have it. It did go off of one of the Clarion up men, and Troy is going to recover that football. Getting on top of the football for Troy that time was Burbage.
Yeah, and it hit Carter Hyman, number 9, and hit him, sort of bounced off of him about a foot or two, and Carter tried to scramble back to get it, but by that time, Troy was able to recover the football.
We see a lot of teams going to that shorter kick like that to those up guys, and certainly right there is a good example of why you do that. You're looking for an opportunity, one, of limiting the return, but two, coming up with a turnover, and certainly Troy able to do that.
Well, Troy takes over excellent field position after that kickoff and recovering that fumble. Here we go, the ball at the 35-yard line.
I think Troy's going to have to call timeout here. There was a little confusion out on the field for Troy. It looked like Brendan Gilliland. Too many guys on the field, so Coach calls a timeout on that side.
All right, we'll thank a few more sponsors. Governor, what you got on your side?
Want to thank Dietz for all your home service needs. All you need is Dietz. Gatesman Auto Body, a family-owned and operated automotive body shop providing expert auto repair and mechanical services. It's Gatesman Auto Body. Independence Health Systems, connecting patients and families to personalized care, advanced clinical solutions, and innovative technologies. It's Independence Health Systems. J&J Trailer Sales, trailers, sheds, and convenience. Find the trailer to do exactly what you need it to do. J&E Financial, dedicated to providing personalized investment advice and solutions to help clients achieve their financial goals. And Laurel Eye Clinic, a better vision for you, as well as McMillan's Carpet Outlet, offering a variety of carpet, hardwood, and other flooring options. Certainly do appreciate those sponsors. Again, if you run into those guys, let them know that you certainly did hear the mentions. Also, got a quick opportunity here. Want to thank a couple of people who normally would be here. Tyler Oakes, our producer. He's out and about, unable to make it, as well as Chase Diamond, Nico Cosma, Brett English.
There we go. Woodward under center. He's going to split the backs behind him. He's going to hand that off. Gilliland will get the carry again. Gilliland, boy, he is a good runner. Lowers that shoulder and takes it down to the 30-yard line. That's a 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5.
Boy, they really want to run left, Bob. They found some things over there on that left side, and they're really running left an awful lot on this second series.
You certainly have plenty of confidence there. The line is doing a good job of opening up. And again, they're not huge holes. They're creases, but they're certainly able to move the football consistently.
Yeah, and Hyman's over there, and also Josh Duncan on that defensive line.
High formation again. Woodward under center. Kimmicks goes out wide to the left. They're going to go right back to Gilliland. This time Gilliland hit in the backfield, but he leans forward. Boy, he has a good ability. We have only seen him a little bit, but he's always pushing that forward. He rarely gets pushed backward, and he'll get one.
And I'm not sure. It looked like he might not have taken that handoff cleanly because he didn't have that initial push and surge in his legs there, but certainly wanted to secure the football. Still brings up a 3rd and manageable situation here.
Hayden Hyman coming across that line a little bit with a little bit more force.
So here we go, a big 3rd down now for Troy. They're going to split 2 receivers this time. Warburton goes out to the left, Kimmicks out to the right. Backs again in the I formation. 3rd down and 4. Woodward under center. Going to keep that football, does the quarterback. Woodward cuts up the middle. 1st down for them as he takes it inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and they're going to move the chains.
Boy, they had the pitch man tackled. There's no doubt about that. But Evan Woodward just decided to keep that football. It looked like, Bob, he didn't even want to really run it. Then he looked inside and said, hey, I got a great hole here. I'm just going to keep it and move forward.
Well, I think he was surprised because I'm guessing probably they felt after watching film this is how they react, and he did see that huge hole and took off, certainly picked up the 1st down.
Troy in that Dubrook red zone again. The ball resting at the 18-yard line. They lead at 6-3. Ball pitched back to Gilliland. Tripped up in the backfield. And getting him for Central Clarion. Briggs Beckwith able to knock him down all the way back to the 26-yard line.
Oh, good job by Briggs. He just sprung himself loose and brought him back down in the backfield. So big loss for Troy as we approach the end of the first quarter here.
8-yard loss on the play. It'll be 2nd down and long. And I think Troy's going to be content to just let this first quarter clock run out. And we will end the first quarter as Central Clarion will trail here Troy by the score of 6-3. And we'll take a real quick timeout. We're going to come back and thank more sponsors right after this little break for us. All right, back here at Chapman Field at Cumberland Valley High School. Mike Kalinowski, the governor, Bob Dunkle, the dean of all that's football, Dave Kadis. Rocking and rolling at 6-3 as we go to quarter number 2. And I have to go over here and change the quarter because
you're doing well, man.
Tyler's
you're doing well.
He's going to get on my case.
Well, good help's hard to find.
Oh, it is.
So big play by the Wildcats. Briggs Beckwith bringing that running back down, and let's see if the Wildcats can capitalize on this.
Let's get you off schedule. I talked about that in the pregame. Plays like that are really what you need if you're Central Clarion. You want to throw them off schedule.
So here we go. It's a 2nd down and 18 for the Trojans. Football back at the 26-yard line. They switch sides of the field, so the Trojans this time will be working right to left. They'll actually have the wind kind of to their backs here. They're going to send the man in motion and keeping the football again. And that is what we're down to the 20-yard line. So he's going to pick up here about 6 of those, so it sets up a 3rd down and 12.
And again, that chisels away some of that. That's what you want to do. You want to get, ideally you're looking to get a 1/3 of the yardage back to make it more manageable down situation. So it brings up now the 3rd and about 12.
Well, now with missing that extra point, do you think this, if they don't get it here, they'll just go 4 downs from this point?
Oh, I would if I
would
could see
too.
you running it that well. Heck yeah, man.
Yep.
Just my thoughts.
So it's Fry wide out to the right. Gilliland's out there as well. He's got Millard in the backfield. Gilliland went in motion. Woodward looking to throw. Woodward steps up. Woodward hit. Woodward spun around, and he's going to be stopped there at the line of scrimmage at the 20-yard line. He's not going to go anywhere, and in there, getting him, I believe Alston was in there, Heinman in there as well.
Based on the reaction of the players, I think that was a busted play. Because, again, it looked like a little awkward in developing, and not so sure who went an unexpected direction. Not necessarily the wrong direction, but an unexpected direction. Either way, brings up 4th and very long situation here. You got to remember that the ball is going to be placed right now it's at the 20-yard line, so obviously you got to get down to that 8-yard line in order to pick up the first down.
So they're going to go 4 wide, twins on each side.
He likes this little rim the wheel thing where the inside slot guy goes out and the inside guy runs a curl.
Woodward looks to throw, fires that football. Is the man there caught? That's a touchdown. That's Gilliland. Will catch the football, and that will go 20 yards for the touchdown. Gilliland broke free on the right side, and he'll take it in for the score here as now the Trojans jump up by the 2 scores.
Guys, that's a route I was talking about, but the inside guy ran a little bit more shallow than the post, and he was able to find him. Woodward was able to find him in the end zone for Troy's touchdown.
So they'll go for 2 here. And that comes at the 10-20 mark here of the second quarter.
And definitely going for the 2. Certainly, just like Dave said, we can run the football so well. And it's so difficult to stop. There just isn't much real estate to work with.
So here's Woodward out of the shotgun. Woodward's going to take that football, dances around, looks to throw, fires it, and it's out of the reach of his intended receiver down to the end zone. So that goes incomplete. So the score will remain here 12-3.
That's a big play. You got to get your guys back to the sidelines and tell them, say, hey, listen, they're going to score. They can score. That's a big play, a 2-point play conversion that doesn't execute. That's a big play. Let's go. We're going to get a chance to get the ball back and score and make it, a 2-point game. But we got to start moving the ball because we actually haven't seen the offense that much, Bob and Mike. Troy has been really dominating the clock, and if that's probably what Coach said over there at Troy. It's like we need to keep possession of the ball and keep him off the field. Technically 4 offensive plays with the penalty, but really 3 that counted. That's it. Yeah. So you don't have the ball, you don't have a real good chance of scoring. That's the big thing.
Rex and Burford will go back deep here for the Wildcats. 12-3 the score as Troy leads.
You really have to absolutely positively got to secure the football here to get things rolling.
And you're ready here for the kickoff. And there it is. Rex takes it at the 10, 15. Rex to the 20. Rex cuts to the right side, 25-yard line, and he'll be finally dropped up around the 27 or 28-yard line. And there on the tackle was Joseph Fry for the Trojans.
All right, you can start the drive at 28-yard line. Good field position.
Hey, just take a deep breath and realize that quarter's over. It's just like water under the bridge. You can't worry about it. You can't look at it. You got to look forward.
So here we go. Wildcats start from their own 28-yard line. They trail here by 9. Sawicki will go wide out to the left. We've got Burford on the right side. Rex will set up just off the line of scrimmage on the left. Ferguson out of the shotgun here. He's got Harrison in the backfield as the sidecar. He's going to give it to Harrison. Here's Harrison over the left side. And Harrison running well, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards up to the 33-yard line. Second down and 5. Good run by Harrison.
Yeah, Mike, or Bob, you said that they've only run 4 plays or 5 plays in the first quarter. I mean, you haven't even got a chance to scratch the surface of your offense yet.
Yeah, no question about it.
Noah Harrison or Burford or Sawicki, and just haven't had possession to score.
To paint the picture a little bit of what you're facing defensively, it's a 5-man front. It's not really like a true 5-2 monster defense, but it's a 5-man front.
So here we go. It's Ferguson out of the shotgun. He's going to keep it. Here's Ferguson looking for room up the middle. Cuts to the outside. Ferguson, he's hit by the receiver. Stays on his feet up across the 35. Dropped at about the 36-yard line. So he's going to pick up 3 and what looked like nothing. Kimmicks actually had him dead to rights, but he was able to shake him off.
Yeah, he was able to get out, and good job by Jace. He took a couple pretty good shots on that run, too, but he was able to fall forward and pick up a few and make it a 3rd and 1. And, Bob, what you were saying is really right about their defense. Their linebackers are stacked over those tackles really close on the line of scrimmage, so making it really difficult to run inside.
And depending on what terminology you're familiar with, it's either a 1-look or 2-look. In other words, if that linebacker stacked that close, you don't see him, so it looks like one man there.
Rex went in motion. Ferguson's going to keep it. Ferguson looks for room. Ferguson's going to be hit. Ferguson's not going to get the first down. Troy able to knock him down. He was looking for a seam somewhere along the line, couldn't find one, and it sets up a 4th and 1.
Very well defended that time as they kept Ferguson on their inside, didn't allow him to go outside.
Well, they're taking a look to the sideline here as far as what we want to do. I wouldn't get too anxious here, running the football. If you don't make it, you're going to give Troy great field position.
The offense is going to come out. Maybe they'll see if they can pull him and then take a timeout. We'll see.
Well, I'm watching Rex, and Rex is the punter, number 22. He's hard to miss because he's got fluorescent green on.
4th down and 1. Here comes Central Clarion. They're going. Ferguson keeping the football hit again, but he searches forward, and he'll have the first down out near the 40-yard line. They pick it up, but, boy, I'll tell you what, that initial hit, wasn't sure.
That was close, Mr. Governor. That was a close one.
What a gutsy call.
Yeah, you and I are cut from the same mode, man. I'm getting ready to play defense right now if I'm Central Clarion back in the day because I would have punted that football away, but nonetheless, big play. That offensive line doing a really good job and surge forward. First down, Wildcats.
Ball sits at the 39-yard line. 7.5 to go here in the second quarter. 12-3 in favor of Troy. Here's the handoff. Harrison, though, will take it. He'll get hit. He'll get a couple up near the 41-yard line. 2nd down and 8.
Well, I think Coach Eggleton trying to establish they're going to run the ball a little bit, too. We don't have to worry about throwing it right now. We can run it and pick up some yardage and you got to keep possession and keep the ball moving, and that's what's going on right now. So that's going to set them up with a 2nd and 8.
2nd down here for the Wildcats. Rex is on the right side of that line now, and they've got twin receivers, one on each side. He goes in motion, and they flip it to Rex. Here's Rex looking for room, and Rex is going to be hit and dropped for a 1-yard loss on the play at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, really nowhere to go with Ethan. He sort of stutter-stepped a little bit in the backfield, try to get around that left side, Bob, and just couldn't make it. He's coming out of the game a little bit. I think he may have taken a shot.
It is difficult to run against a running team. I say that all the time, but it generally is because these guys see such good running backs during the course of practice all week.
So here we go, 3rd down, 9. Central Clarion from their own 40-yard line. Ferguson working out of the shotgun. He's got twins off to the right, single receiver on the left. He's looking to this right side. He's looking at the ball hit. The ball knocked away, but Central Clarion able to jump on top of it. The official saying it's an incomplete pass. Ferguson was hit as he was passing that football. Harrison was able to get on top of it, but incomplete. 4th down and 9. Now we'll have the punt coming up.
Well, Jaden Cutt came from that backside, and Jace usually pretty good. We always talk about having eyes in the back of his head, and he just couldn't get it off and took a blindside hit on that backside and went down. And keeping an eye on him coming off the sidelines, got his hands on his knees a little bit. He felt that one, Bob.
Oh, no question about that. This cold weather makes it feel even that much more painful.
Kimmicks and Smith back deep. Here's Rex. He's going to kick it. They look like he may fake it. And the ball is going to be fair caught up near the 30-yard line, and that was Mason Smith taking over the football. So here we go, 6:08 to go here in quarter number 2. It's 12-3 in favor of Troy.
Boy, lot of guts by number 13 catching that punt.
You can see him coming up like, I don't know.
I know. It's for him to stick in there. He had 3 Wildcats around him waiting for that muff punt, but good job by number 13 holding on to the ball, Mason Smith.
This is a very huge stand here defensively for Central Clarion. They got to come up with a big play and prevent Troy from methodically moving down the football field.
They're going to go I formation. We've seen it a lot. Kimmicks will go out wide to the right side. Woodward is under center. Gilliland will dot the I, and this time again he's going to hand that football off. And I think the ball might have came out that time. He gave it to Millard. But it comes out, and he'll get a yard up to the 31.
And Millard, I guess, is going to be at 17 yards now on 4 attempts.
So second down here at 9.
And just got to, make some stops here offensively. And Bob, I think the Wildcats, once again, they get one first down and have to punt the football away. They haven't had the ball maybe 8-9 plays now.
So many missed opportunities, if you will, or lack of opportunities even.
Woodward under center. Again, he's going to fake to Gillen, looking to throw. Hit by Rex as he releases that football, and the pass is going to sail long. Boy, Rex made him hurry. He tried to get it downfield to Kimmicks. Burford in on the coverage.
That's been a battle all day between Kimmicks and Mason Burford. Mason had him, but boy, Briggs Beckwith would have got there. It was Ethan Rex, right? Rex tried to get him. He would have got there one step sooner.
So here we go, third down and 9 now for the Trojans as they have that football at their own 31-yard line. 5:20 to go here in the first half.
You've got to be careful here on the defensive side. You're thinking probably, okay, pass all the way. This offense can do either a running play or a pass out of this based on how skilled they are.
Yeah, they're going to split twins out to the right. Lone back in the backfield. Watch him maybe go to Gilliland again. Keeping the football, though, over the right side. That's Woodward. Woodward is going to be stood up, and he's going to be very close to the first down marker, and I think he's going to get it. They're going to give him the 40-yard line. That little extra effort at the end, I think, gives it to him, and he's going to get 9 yards, and Troy will have a first down.
Yeah, it looked like he needed to get over the 40-yard line. I don't think he actually did, but he was close enough to 40. They were going to mark it right on the 40, so Troy going to keep that ball and keep it moving.
So another first down here for the Trojans. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the half. 12-3 the score as Troy leads Clarion. Same setup with the twins out to that right side. Single back in the backfield behind Woodward. Woodward is going to keep it again over the right side. Woodward breaking tackles, spinning around. They're Clarion ripping at that football, trying to whip it away. And then we get toward the end of the play that time, where Woodward was picked up and tossed down. But
well, he just wouldn't go down.
No.
He's 5'11", 160 pounds, Mike, and he just wouldn't go down, and the whistle did not go off either.
Hyman
That's
said,
why.
well, I'm going to keep tackling you.
That's right. If I didn't hear the whistle, I'm playing
Old
to the
saying,
whistle.
whistle to whistle.
7-yard pickup, second down and 3. Great day here at Chapman Field. Cloudy skies, but no precipitation. Ball resting at the 47.
No snow visible. That's the important part.
You
No
love snow.
snow
We know that, Governor.
That's it. Need a big turnover on the Wildcat side.
Ball at the 47. Clarion showing blitz here. Hay ball handed off. And hit and dropped in the backfield that time was Millard. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 3.
I think that was Charlie Heppel coming off the pile, number 20. So Charlie had him lined up pretty good and brought him down for maybe just a little bit of a loss.
Not a whole lot. It's third down and 3.
Again, got to be thinking run here, but you still, it's so critical. You have to play this offense honest all the way. You can't sell out and go to commit the run.
So here we go. It's a third down, 3.
Need a big play here.
I formation. Gilliland gets it. First down, breaking tackles. Gilliland across the 45 and down to the 44-yard line of Central Clarion. So they needed 3, and he's going to end up gaining about 9 yards on the play.
Chase Ferguson in on the tackle again from his free safety position, holding on for dear life, bringing him down.
And they've done that several times today on third down, able to pick up that big one.
12-3. Troy up on this one here, quarter number 2.
Clock just continues to run.
Down to 2:54 already.
So the ball resting at the 44 of Central Clarion. Woodward under center. Woodward. Little swing pass out to the right side. Not anything there. Well defended, and about a yard loss on the play. They'll give him forward progress to the 45-yard line. And I believe that was Fry out there that made the catch.
Yeah, Matt Alston, number 54, slid out a little bit so he saw that pass and made a nice tackle.
So second down and 11, a 1-yard loss on that play.
And Bob, boy, that defense has been on the field for a long time this first half.
Central Clarion will get that ball there to start the second half.
Got to wonder, fatigue at some point has to start to set in a little bit.
Second and 11. Kimmicks goes in motion. Going to pitch the ball back to Gilliland. Gilliland makes a cut. Gilliland stumbles forward, and he'll get down near the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 4 yards on the play. So third down and about 7.
Ethan Rex had a shot at him in the backfield, but just Gillen just too quick. Made a little juke move, and Ethan Rex not able to bring him down in the backfield.
Yeah, big key is he kept them inside, turned them inside on that one.
That's right.
By doing that, you don't let them outside, because usually if you let it back like that, go to the outside, it's off to the races.
Again, Fry and Kimmicks out to the right. Out of the shotgun this time. Woodward will work. It's a third down and 7. Woodward to the right side. Woodward looking, stops, fires the football, and it is dropped on the right side. Looking to see on the right side who was over there to come up with that football.
Well, Jace Ferguson had the coverage over there, and it just sort of undercut him a little bit. It's not Kimmicks. I still got an eye on him over there.
Is that 12?
18.
So 18, that's Stanton.
Yeah, Toby Stanton out there. And one thing that did do for Troy, at least, Mike and Bob, was to stop the clock, because the clock continues to roll. It's 1:20 left here. And if you're the Wildcats, you do not want to get another score on that board.
Well, they're going to drop back to punt. Rex and Ferguson are back deep. Low snap, picked up, and they're going to fake. They're going to go for it. And 40, 35, first down, 30, and stiff arms.
There's
Ferguson there and down to the 25-yard line.
There's a penalty flag on the play. Right before it snapped, looked like Davey Eagleton came over here right in front of the bench at the 45-yard line. And you can see the flag, guys, right on the line here.
There's a flag on this side and the far side also.
Yeah. It is.
So,
that's a really good job by the Clarion coaches down there picking it up. He was right in the official's ear on this left side here, and as soon as they mentioned something to him, he tossed the flag out. So that's a win for Clarion.
That's a huge win.
so it'll be the penalty here against Troy, the illegal formation.
I was just getting ready to say, boy, I don't think they're going to go for a fake. That's a great spot in the field to do it, but they did go for it.
Yeah, and like I said, it was really good job by Coach Eggleton right over here next to the official. Had his ear and says he's off the line, and then the official just threw the flag out.
All right, Kimmicks the
Got a
punt
guy
here.
lined up past the football on this side.
Here's the punt. Then sends it down the field. It's going to bounce around inside the 15, continues to roll down to the 9, to the 8, down to the about the 7-yard line is where that football comes to rest. Good punt by Kimmicks. 59 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 12-3, Troy leads. Central Clarion will come out here. Let's see what they can do with 59 seconds and still 3 timeouts.
Yeah, let's get your best first at 93 play here.
Well, as much as that sounds lovely, the first is 93, you know me, King of Conservative, I'm going to try and run if you have success in the first down, then get a little more aggressive. But you got to be really, really careful at this spot in the football field, because right now it is a 12-3 ball game. If you would turn it over,
Yeah.
So ball resting just shy of the 8-yard line.
Yeah, we have a little bit of an extended timeout here with everything. So, once again, Port Allegheny going down yesterday. Good season for Coach Kalinowski up there at Port Allegheny and everybody up in the northern tier. Congratulations on your football team. It was a pretty good year this year for Port Allegheny, and you guys got to see them up in Bradford, and I'm sure they traveled well. I saw it a little bit on PCN yesterday. You know, they brought the whole town basically.
Well, here we go. 59 seconds to go here in the half. And they're going to go with twins on each side. Ferguson alone in the backfield. Kemmer out there and Burford are on the right side. Rex out there off to the left and Sawicki out there. And he's going to send Kemmer in motion. Ball snap back to Ferguson. Rolls to the left side. Ferguson in the end zone. Fires downfield, and the pass is going to be picked off. It is intercepted by Kimmicks.
No, it fell, hit the ground.
It's going to hit the ground, so they're going to say incomplete. But Kimmicks, boy, they had pressured Ferguson, and he was rolling in the end zone. He had to get rid of that football, or else it was going to be a safety.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get out and just throw it into the sidelines. But, Bob, you just said it. You don't want to make a big mistake down here with 53 seconds left in the first half.
If anything, I like to run the football in a situation, force your opponent to use the timeouts. Because the reality is, again, it's first and 93.
Yeah. Noah Harrison in the backfield, so maybe they got the message. Let's just run it out, and we'll take the ball to start the second half.
Second down 10. Ferguson looking to throw again, under pressure again, fires across the middle of the field. There's Sawicki, it's got, he's out at the 40, and the ball comes out at the end, and they're going to say it's incomplete. They're going to say Sawicki never had control. Boy, he dumped it right on Sawicki's hands, and how about some credit to Joseph Fry for Troy to knock that ball away. He was in on the coverage, but what a nice pass to Sawicki. It just goes incomplete.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Fry kid has got 3 interceptions in the postseason here, and he almost had his 4th, but did a nice job of getting on Sawicki. Thought Jesse would get it and spring loose, but it gives you a little sense, Bob, that maybe throw the ball on them a little bit here more than we're running it. But
I think if you throw the ball or are able to buy time to throw that football, anyways, it could open that running game up a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm looking at the flags too, and the flags are against Clarion right now. Back here in the end zone. He got a pretty strong wind.
3rd down 10. Here's Ferguson looking to run up the middle. There goes Ferguson, 20, 25-yard line. Busts the tackle, 30, 35, 40, 45-yard line. And he's finally dropped up there at the 45-yard line. Mason Smith was the one to get him, but Ferguson will bring it out. Central Clarion will use probably a timeout here with 34 seconds.
Yeah, I saw Coach run out on the field, try to should probably get about 4 more seconds on that clock. But I saw him signal for the first down, and the referee didn't get to a point where he blew the whistle on that. So not sure if we're going to see any more time put on there, but there's 34 seconds on the clock right now. And
38 yards.
Boy, what a great run. I think the reality is obviously they're hoping for a first down out of that, but more importantly, by running the football, they were thinking ahead. They were going to try and force Troy, had they been short, to call a timeout. Now, obviously, now the complexity has changed, certainly with the success of that play as the ball is at the 45-yard line.
34 seconds to go here in the quarter, and Central Clarion trails here 12-3.
I don't see the white hat referee saying, hey, put more time on the clock. I wish, and I know from what I saw that there was about 4 seconds that ran off of that clock that we should get back. But nonetheless, we got to go with what we got, 34 seconds.
Twins on each side. Harrison will join Ferguson in the backfield this time. 1st and 10. We're all resting at the Central Clarion 45-yard line. Big run by Ferguson to set him up here near midfield.
Remember, this is where the matchups come into play big time.
So here's Ferguson. Takes that snap, looking to throw. Boy, the line collapsing there. Ferguson hit. Ferguson's going to have to take that sack. Couldn't get rid of that football. Gilliland was the first in there to grab a hold of the legs, and he'll be dropped for a 7-yard loss back to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Central Clarion going to take another timeout.
It's where it's really challenging to call plays, that particular play. I think they were hoping to connect on that home run football. You're going to have to, based upon the intensity of the pass rush, throw a little shorter, like these 10, 15-yard routes.
Yeah, he's just not getting the time that he needed on the last couple plays, Bob. And you're right. Let some speed, because Central Clarion certainly got speed out there with Kemmer and Sawicki and Mason Burford, without a doubt. Let them they're going to have to make a great move and turn it upfield and make something happen here with 27 seconds left. So,
the type of coverage you're seeing pretty much is a one-on-one scenario, and put confidence in your offensive player. Again, let him make the play with his wheels, so to speak.
Yeah. So we're already back to a second with that sack. 2nd and 17 now. Ball's back on the 38-yard line of the Wildcats.
Well, here we go. 2nd down and 17. Central Clarion now still 27 seconds. They have a timeout to work with yet. That ball sitting at their own 38-yard line.
Well, they're going to have to reset the 25-second clock here, the play clock, because it's already down. Okay, so they did.
Ferguson will work in the shotgun again, 4 wide. Boy, that collapses again, tries to get the screen set up, does to Burford. There, Burford can move. Burford across the middle. He's going to be hit and then driven backwards. Again, he'll get about 7 yards out of it. And a big tackle that time by number 52, Avery Sens, for Troy.
That is the first pass play completed by Ferguson.
Yeah, wow.
Think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right, Bob. That's and we're 17 seconds left in the second quarter. The first pass play complete.
So 3rd down and 10. There's the scenario. Central Clarion is out of timeouts. So with 3rd down, No timeouts. You got to air it. Maybe just send them deep.
Well, you can actually go to the sidelines on this. Now, remember, of course, the clock stops on the first down. But if you're near the sidelines, they can run out. You're thinking more than anything else in this situation. At least I am. First down, more so than anything else.
So the teams will break the huddle back onto the football field after the Central Clarion timeout here. 3rd down and 10 from their own 45.
Because remember, you're getting the football to start quarter number 3.
Yeah, you're already down 12-3 here. I mean, that's the other thing to keep in mind. Troy's up 12-3. You get the ball back, you score, it's 12-10. Just like that, you're back in the football game.
So here we go from the 45. Harrison is the sidecar for Ferguson, who works out of the shotgun. Twins on each side for Central Clarion here. Big 3rd down. Ball snap back, 17 seconds. Pocket collapsing again. The ball fired sideline, caught by Burford. It's a 1st down, and he'll tiptoe out of bounds. He'll take it right there at the 45-yard. Well, actually, he might be a little shy. We'll see where they spot it. Yep, they're going to move the chains.
They're moving
there
the
we
sticks,
go.
yeah. I'll tell you what, Jace has got to be really aware of that backside. He's getting a lot of pressure coming from that backside from Troy.
1st and 10, ball at the 45-yard line. 11 seconds. No timeouts for Central Clarion. Ferguson looking to throw. Ferguson, he's tripped up and dropped all the way back behind midfield at the 45-yard line. That's a loss of 10. And that's the end of the first half as the clock will expire. The sack, the loss of 10 on the play. And Troy will lead it here at halftime by a score of 12-3. And what we're going to do, folks, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back. We will have our halftime show coming up for you, the Heater Lumber halftime show, and you're going to hear a little bit of music, and we're going to thank some more sponsors, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes. So don't go away. The halftime show is on the way. 12-3 here at the half as Troy leads Central Clarion, and you are listening to us here on exploreClarion.com. Right back here at Chapman Field at Cumberland Valley High School. Mike Kalinowski, Governor Bob Dunkle, Dave Cadis here as well. We are at halftime. 12-3 is the halftime score as Troy leads Central Clarion. Central Clarion will get the ball to start that third quarter, and we are in the Heater Lumber halftime show, and the Laurel Eye Clinic stats all stack up like this. How do they do it, Governor?
As we take a look at Troy, Mike, unofficially rushing the football 118 yards, 19 yards through the air for 137 overall. On the ground, Evan Woodward checks in 38 yards, 56 yards out of Brendan Gillen, and Cale Millard with 17, and Mason Smith checking in with 7. Evan Woodward is 2 of 5 for 19 yards, does have the 1 touchdown. Interesting enough, the touchdown was a 20-yarder, but Joe Fry, who hauled in the other reception, was for -1. So, again, 137 yards here at halftime. And for Central Clarion, Chase Ferguson on the ground, 8 attempts, 35 yards, 7 yards out of Noah Harrison. Ethan Rex, 1 attempt for -1. And Chase Ferguson is 2 of 6 for just 24 yards. Again, 59 yards of total offense, 35 on the ground, 24 through the air. Not many plays, and I think the big number that just jumps out at me is 17 offensive plays. I think it was only 3 in the opening quarter play, and those numbers really are very surprising, certainly, when you look at the numbers they put up throughout this entire season.
Yeah, and that'll be, we'll see how Clarion comes in and adjusts at halftime and comes out. They will have the ball to get started. And we'll take another break. We're going to come back, and we'll have more here in the Peter Lumber halftime show for you. We will take a look at some of your thoughts on that second half with some keys. We'll see if it changes from the first half, and we'll go through the scoring summary and a whole lot more. We'll have that for you, and we'll listen to the Central Clarion Wildcat Marching Band as they are performing here at halftime at Chapman Field at Cumberland Valley High School. There you go, Central Clarion Wildcat Marching Band. You can hear that wind out there blowing. We've seen that throughout most of this ball game today, and it's been blowing kind of straight across the field for the most part. We're here in the Heater Lumber Halftime Show on exploreSportsPA.com. Do want to let you know, too, that Explore Sports PA is brought to you by Red Bank Chevrolet and Dubrook. Want to thank them, and we got more sponsors to thank, too. Of course, Clarion Ford. Nobody beats a Clarion Ford deal. Clarion County Community Bank, dedicated to providing exceptional financial services, building strong relationships with its customers. Cousin Basil's, nestled in the hearts of Clarington. They offer cozy atmosphere, delicious food, friendly service. Tie Onesta Builders, or as Bob likes to call them, T. Onesta. Whole range of home improvement products and services. Want to thank the Kerle Tire Company, your one-stop on-the-spot headquarters for a complete line of quality tires. And, you know, folks, weather been kind of interesting, so if you're sliding around, get out to Kerle Tire, and those folks will take good care of you. Red Bank Chevrolet, Clarion County's locally owned Chevrolet dealer. Dubrook offers ready-mix concrete, limestone, gravel, sandstone, and various construction supplies. Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. No plumbing, heating, or air conditioning job is too big or too small for Luton's. The Matrix Group, electronics, and people you can count on. Northern Pennsylvania Regional College. Brighter futures begin here. Start your education at a location near you. And Durstein Window and Door Home Exterior Solutions. Premium products with timeless, Bob, appeal. So you could it'll always, you should do some stuff at that front door of the house, maybe some windows.
Bah humbug.
It's good enough, right? That's what, growing up, and I think that we learned that from our parents. My dad, that's good enough. Well, we should, no, good enough.
It's not a bad philosophy of life, right?
So first half here for the Wildcats as they trail by 12-3. It's a 2-score game because they would need 2 scores in order to get the lead, even with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And they will get the ball to start this quarter. When we look at the scoring summary for the first half, it was Central Clarion. Euchert comes on. He gets the field goal to get things started. We thought it would be kind of reminiscent of last week where Clarion then went on a roll. But give credit where it's due. This Troy Trojan defensive squad has been very stout here against Central Clarion in this first half. At the 2:30 mark, Gillen would go on a 4-yard touchdown run. The kick would fail, 6-3. As Troy led there. And then in the second quarter, it was Woodward going to Gilliland, 20 yards for the touchdown. Their 2-point conversion pass failed. 12-3 is where the score is right there. And Mr. Cadis is back. That's a long way up those stands, isn't it? That's further,
absolutely.
That's further than Memorial.
Well, I need oxygen up here, I'll tell you.
Well, it was funny because before the game, everybody that was coming up, they would open that door and you'd hear heavy breathing.
Absolutely.
Like, it's everybody.
Yeah, I don't think we have the fittest press box in the country right now.
Well, we will after this.
Absolutely.
So you were out there.
Yeah, I saw some people. Saw Rick Grada here from up in Clarion. I got an opportunity to talk to him a little bit. And saw Mr. Carrico, superintendent. He's out there escorting the boys back up to the locker room. And we kept saying, hey, we got a whole second half. So we'll see if we can pull it off.
Yeah, and that's really what matters. And I know, Bob, you were talking, too, about the number of offensive plays that Clarion had in that first half again. So real tough going in that first half. They were able to get a first down here or there, and they worked that ball up to midfield, but just unable to get it really going.
Yeah, you have to put together some type of sustained drive, and hopefully on this kickoff you get a decent return, decent field position, and really take it from there. And remember, it's only a 2-score ball game. It's not like you're down 42-3. So it's certainly still well within your realm and possibility, certainly bouncing back in this when you have a quick strike offense. Be patient. But I think, and we touched on a little bit, Dave, and I think you're in agreement with me, I think you got to throw a short pass. Let your playmakers go to work for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing. I think we're trying to get it all back real quick. And, that's coaching, that's your philosophy of how you want to do things. But got Mason Burford, you saw when he got the football and he broke loose and everything. He's got some, and I think he can throw on him here in the second half. And I think that's what the coaches will do, come back and say, okay, we tried to run it a little bit. They're stuffing us pretty good. Let's try to find another way to win. And that's what good teams do. They find other ways to win. And, if we're not going to run it, we're going to run sprint out. We're going to do something, get the ball in the receiver's hands and get them going. So
you have receivers who certainly have the ability to break big plays. And even if they're not, even if you pick up those 10, 12, 17, 15-yard gains, that's what you got to do. You have to borrow a line from Hangstrom, matriculate down the football field.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we do have some more sponsors that we do want to thank. I know, Governor, you had them up there on the iPad, and we want to make sure we get them all in.
And I did want to thank Clarion Psychiatric Center. We treat our patients like family. Clarion Forest VNA, providing compassionate home health and hospice care to patients in Clarion and Forest counties. Central Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. Bobcat of Clarion, helping you get the job done efficiently and effectively. Brookville Equipment, a leading manufacturer of mining equipment, locomotives, and streetcars. Ascendance Trucks, a full-service authorized retailer of new and used commercial trucks. West Park Rehab and Diagnostics. That's West Park Rehab and Diagnostics. Are you ready to live a life with less pain? West Park Rehab can help you now with locations in Seneca and Franklin. It's West Park Rehab and Diagnostics. Simply Skin Medical Spa, offering advanced skin care treatments and personalized care to help you achieve vibrant, healthy skin. Primary Health Network, providing comprehensive health care services, including primary care, specialty care, and preventative services. Penn West Clarion University, providing diverse academic programs to help students achieve their educational and career goals, as well as Oaks Lumber, your one-stop shop for hardware, houseware, and more.
Well, when you said about wanting to get rid of pain, that's why we didn't bring Tyler. Isn't that true? Oh, sorry, we're on the air. No, but I want to thank all those great sponsors. And if you are out and about, make sure that you do say thank you, because it certainly takes a lot of people to help bring these broadcasts to you. And I do want to thank folks all along the season. Of course, this just being an audio broadcast today, but we have such a great crew that we work with.
Big time.
Can't say enough about all of those guys. You have Brett English, Jay Steinman, and Tyler Oakes, and Nico Cosma, as Dave calls him, Costanza.
Nico Costanza, that's right.
We had Boston with us, too, from the college. I always forget his name because we just call him Boston.
It's the guy that's named after two whiskeys, man. Jameson Daniels
Jameson.
Pope.
Yep, Jameson.
basically. So he's been on our broadcast.
Scott Fox has helped us too along the way, and
all our sponsors, the people that work for Explore, getting us to be able to get on the air, raising the money to get us on the air and everything. So it's been a great year, and it would be we'll see how this one ends, but it's been a great year. We appreciate everybody's help, and you guys have talked to Jake Bauer, and I've talked to Jake Bauer, and things in the future look pretty strong for Explore Clarion as we head into other games going. We got basketball coming up, and boys and girls basketball.
Yep.
Some wrestling matches, so some big things coming.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun as we roll through, and this was the year everyone will remember. It was the year that the governor returned.
That's right.
It'll be remembered as the year we had 2 District 9 teams in the state championship game.
It was the year that you left 85 degrees for. What's the current temperature in Cumberland Valley?
I don't know, but it's way too cold. The second quarter I spoke, there's not a drop of snow out here. There's not a speck, and now we're getting a few flurries, nothing significant or anything like that. But either way, if I see one flake of snow, that's 10 too many.
Yeah.
Well, when you look at the keys, guys, in the second half for both these teams, you talked a little bit about some of the things that Clarion, of course, trailing needed to do coming out here in this third quarter. But anything changing from that first half?
Well, I think, Bob, one thing will happen in that locker room. I think you got a lot of seniors like Jace Ferguson, Jimmy Kerr, and all of those guys. They'll probably ditch the coaches and say, "Get out of here for 2 minutes. Give us some time." And I think they'll refocus that football team and get them out here and say, we didn't come here all the way to lose this football game, and refocus them, build them up a little bit. And I think real quick, players' locker room, little speech is always nice before the half, Bob.
Football is such an emotional game, and especially at this level, it's just hard to, unless you've been a part of it or you've had someone close to you be a part of it and tell you what these things are like. It's just such an emotional type of ball game, and I think, Dave, you're right. A lot of times you can rally the troops, and certainly, obviously, this opening drive is just absolutely
huge drive.
It's beyond critical, really, to me. I mean, obviously, you do want to get the points on the board, but bottom line is you have to at least move the football, show that, hey, look, we can do this. And I think if you so much can happen on this opening drive. If you can march the football up the field, you get a big play here on special teams to open things up. It's going to bode very well for your team here in the second half.
Yeah, I think one of the big things is anybody's been around it, and Larry Wise, just to my right-hand side here, is what you got is, you send all the kids in the locker room, and the coaches all get together, and the offensive guys get together and say, okay, what can we do to improve? I got some things written down here. What plays really hit for us? Okay, let's go back and find out what plays look pretty good for us offensively, and let's see if we can now tailor our offense a little bit to what weaknesses that maybe Troy has, and come out, fire the football maybe a little shorter, take a shot deep, let Jace try to run it. We got away from Jace running the football up the middle of the field. So we get back to that. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Long way to go, fellas.
Sure is.
Long way to go. 2 quarters.
Central Clarion back on the field.
I think this, too, is an advantage of this coaching staff. Really is a hybrid as well. There's guys who have served as head coaches before, offensive. The guys had successful high school careers. So you've got a variety of people's brains that you can pick, if you will. And I think, everybody's going to contribute to this. We talk about a team philosophy. You see it. They work together very well as a coaching staff, as a group of players, certainly. You're going to see that, I think, take place.
And I think it's important, too, you look at Davey, and as you said, the experience on that side. We had talked to Pat and in that interview the other night, and I said, how much of Davey, when you look at how he coaches today, of course he played under Coach Clyde Conti at Clarion Limestone, but then he was actually able to coach with Larry Weiser right here.
When you think about that, you're working hand in hand with 2 Hall of Fame coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes a long ways.
And it certainly has, and he talked about, especially with Coach Conti, the study of film and things that was that Coach Connie was so good at. And I always joke about, I was teaching out there at the time, and the librarian used to get so upset with Clyde because he'd wear out VCRs. He goes, you already went through 3 VCRs this year. He goes, I'll go through 3 more, because it was constantly. And Coach Weiser, with what he did at Clarion when Davey came over and the learning that he did, and you can see that mix. You can see that mix with this team and why they've been so successful.
Well, you win. And breeding wins more,
It's habit
winning.
forming.
It is, and you just don't know how to lose. I mean, that's you talk about programs that have been successful over the years, and the Clarion program has been successful. And man, it's so fortunate they're able to add a lot of other kids in from North Clarion. And oh my gosh, every time I go to North Clarion, I look at that football field up there that I see where the baseball field is on. It's like, man, it's too bad those kids don't have an opportunity to play football. And with that, and having guys on the team from there, and then the consolidation with the football with CL too, and everything. Those are all big things to build a program, and the community's behind them. And we saw that the other night during the pep rally. It was great. Hear the band out there, the snow's flying, cheerleaders doing their thing. Jess Quinn brought the house down with his speech. It's nice. And I unfortunately didn't grow up in Clarion. Got here when I was 18 years of age, but my kids grew up in Clarion and the surrounding area, and that's a big thing. And the community behind this football team, it's been great. So hopefully we can get the ball second half and get some things going, boys.
All right, that'll wrap up the Heater Lumber halftime show, and we do want to thank Heater Lumber and all of our great sponsors, especially Red Bank Chevrolet and Dubrook, sponsoring Explore Sports PA as well. And we're getting set here, guys.
How about the great listeners, too? The numbers that we're getting early on here are overwhelming.
Oh, my gosh.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we keep getting updated about how many people are listening out there. We appreciate you paying attention to us, and hopefully we'll get you through your Friday afternoon and bring you back a win.
Well, here we go. We go to quarter number 3, third quarter here on the EYT Media Network and Explore Sports PA. It is an Ascendance Trucks third quarter.
Well, I'm pretty much about 80 to 95% positive on this one that you won't see an onside kick.
Nah.
What could you imagine if you did that? What a gutsy move that would be.
So here we go. Here's the kickoff. Going to squib it down the field. It's going to be picked up right in the middle of the field. And that was actually Beckwith with it.
Yeah, Briggs Beckwith picked it up and tried to get some footing, but there you go. Tell him you're going to start this drive on the 38-yard line. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We talked about Briggs Beckwith, too, stepping up after the injury to his brother Braylon.
Yeah.
Boy, he has just really stepped in and done a fantastic job.
Yeah, that's that approach that we've seen quite a bit out of this program. Next man up, and really pays big dividends.
So here we go, folks. It's the second half. Central Clarion trails here, 12-3.
They're going to go with Hyman again in the backfield as a fullback.
Single receiver on each side. Rex goes in motion. They're going to pitch. Nope, it's keeping the football is Ferguson, and he's going to be dropped. He'll get 1, maybe 2 to the 40, but boy, they've been stingy. Has Troy up the middle of the field.
Yeah, the short 2-yard gain.
So second down and 8, ball resting on the Central Clarion 40-yard line as they work right to left on whatever you're watching us on, your screen or just listening.
Jace had a little conversation with the referee that time after the play. Not quite sure what that was all about, but the referee acknowledged them and said, I got it. So
second down and 8, opening possession here of this third quarter for Central Clarion. Ferguson goes in motion there, and Rex went in motion. Ferguson took the ball, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Troy all over that again.
Noah Ellis, the linebacker that time, just sort of looked like he even had a spy on Jace and everything. It's wherever number one's going to go, you're going to go too. So he was right there.
I got a question for you, Dave. I haven't watched as far as is Hayden Hyman checking in to be an eligible receiver.
Yeah.
And I wonder about that because if he's not, then I'm selling out on the run.
Yeah, I'm just going. I'm going like crazy. If he's not an eligible receiver, he's not in this formation. So
third down and 8. Here's the throw. Caught by Rex. Rex hit, pushed back, and he's not going to get to that first down marker. It'll be right around the 45-yard line. They'll give him the 46. So it's 4th down and 2. Now, big decision here for Coach Eggleton. 4th and 2 from the 46.
Yeah, last time they went for it, Bob, they just barely got it. But I don't see I don't see Ethan Rex going back to punt this football.
It's a full 2 yards. Here we go. 4th and 2 for Central Clarion from their own 46-yard line. Ferguson with Harrison in the backfield. Ferguson looks to throw, pumps, rolls to the right side, comes back across, fires across the middle of the field. Caught by Kemmer. First down, 45, and down to the 43-yard line of Troy.
Oh, you need a big play. Go to Cohen Kemmer, and he was open over on the right side, and Jace had more time that time, Bob, than he had to throw it previously.
He did, and I was that mental time clock in my head thinking, you got to chuck the rock soon, got to be soon, and he did release it.
That's an 11-yard pickup, 1st and 10, Central Clarion from the 43 of Troy.
Oh, that's a big play to get it into Troy territory, too. That's one of the few times we've been over the 50-yard line today, so this is huge.
Confidence builder.
Great catch by Kemmer, too. Here's the ball back to Ferguson. Ferguson looking to throw. Rolls to the right side under pressure from the backside. And he's just going to get rid of it. No, he was getting rid of that football. Is the catch made is the question. They're going to give him the catch. How about that? Sawicki with the catch. That'll be an 8-yard pickup all the way inside the 35.
Yeah, Jesse Sawicki over there didn't give up on it. I don't think Jace Ferguson gave up on it either, but he threw it in a place where either Jesse was going to catch it or it was going to fall out of bounds. And
I thought he was just throwing it away, and there came Sawicki. 9-yard pickup. 2nd down and 1, ball resting at the 34. Here comes Central Clarion. Here's Ferguson out of that shotgun again. Looks to throw, finds Rex. Hits caught at the 30. Rex turns back around, and he'll get hit, and they're going to give him that forward progress to the 30-yard line. That's enough for the first down. That'll be 4 yards. So a new set of downs from the 30-yard line. 8:50 to go here in this third quarter. Clarion now driving.
Again, that's a short pass. You're letting your playmaker make a play.
absolutely. And Jesse Sawicki, number 4, was out there trying to throw a block to spring Rex, but the guy he was up against is a little bit bigger than Jesse.
Twins right, twins left. Ferguson looking to throw again, fires it, and it's caught. That's Kemmer again. Kemmer will take it. That's about 9 yards for Kemmer. They're going to give him 10. Give him the first down. That's 10 yards, and they're going to move the chains.
What a nice play. And again, they're throwing short. You create a one-on-one situation.
So the ball is at the 20, and they're going to
wave the chain gangs. Initially, they had the down marker flipped over and had to wait for the rest of the chain gang to catch up.
Now you're inside the 20, boys, and now you're looking at this is Noah Harrison territory down here. Hard runner, make some things happen. Let's see what they call.
Ferguson's going to keep it. Ferguson over the right side. Ferguson, boy, driven backwards. He's only going to get 1 yard, and boy, is he hit hard. He'll get 1. It sets up a 2nd down and 9.
That Jaden
Cut.
Cut.
Give him 2.
Jaden Cut, number 2. I tell you, called his name a few times today and everything. He's a tough player, man. Sophomore, 5'10", 200 pounds. Up in there, sticking his nose in on a lot of these tackles this afternoon.
2nd down and 8. They'll give him the 18-yard line. They're in the Dewbrook red zone.
Bob, I'm excited to what they're doing here offensively a little bit.
I like the look. I'm all about that matchup, the one-on-one situations. Let your playmakers make plays.
12-3, Troy leads. Central Clarion, though, driving. 7:20 to go here in this third. Ferguson to the left side. Throws, finds Rex. Rex breaks a tackle, 10. Rex breaks another one. Touchdown, Ethan Rex. 18 yards. Ethan Rex would not be denied. Will take it into the end zone for Central Clarion.
Boy, tough run, and what a catch by Ethan Rex, and he just would not be denied. 3 Troy players trying to bring him down near us on this far side of the end zone, right in front of us, and Ethan Rex just kept his head up, and he kept those legs running, Bob.
You talk about a shot in the arm and a confidence builder. Wow, that is a will to find the end zone.
So Central Clarion will go for the extra point here with Euchert. And that extra point is on the way, and the kick hits the post, and it's no good. Oh, my. So 12-9 is where the score will be. And so Central Clarion able to put some points on the board, but unable to get that extra point. So it's a 3-point ball game. It's a 1-score ball game. And, boy, that
I'll give you an idea. That football had some muscle behind it because the goalpost continued to wait. Usually you hear doinking and the ball bounces back. This time it was the goalpost wiggling.
Bob, it shook back and forth for 15 seconds. I mean, it was like that. I kept looking like I better have another freaking goalpost here without a doubt. Jeez, oh, man.
Now think about that. If you're one of those guys that tries to block a kick, it gives you a little bit of an idea what's coming back at you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, big play, touchdown. We said we needed what's the second half going to start like, and Wildcats living up
You do know now, I'm going to remind both of you guys from here on out, this is why you elect to receive the ball in the second half. I don't know if you guys are still going to buy it, but this is why I'm going to remind you.
I don't know. Randy Cathcart's sitting at home, or he's here.
I guarantee he's here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I don't know about
Me
that.
too. You know where I stand on that. Take the ball. You can only score as much as when you have the ball. We always wanted the ball. Take the ball. Take the ball. Take the ball. But
Gilliland, Smith, and Kimmicks back deep. Kimmicks looks up. He's going to take it at the 5. Comes back to the 10. Here's Kimmicks to the 15-yard line. Kimmicks looks for somewhere to go, and he's going to be hit and dropped. Beckwith was there to get him initially.
Brant Parker got him 44 too. But it was interesting, Bob. It looked like Kimmicks just stopped.
Yeah, I don't know if he was trying to wait a split second to get the blocking set up or just prepping himself for the hard hit.
Yeah.
So the ball rests at the 18-yard line here with Troy. So here you go, Central Clarion with some momentum. 7:03 to go here in this third.
Well, let's see just what type of adjustments they made at halftime. Obviously, a lot of success on the ground by Troy as they really dominated time possession and were able to move the football very effectively running it.
High formation again, twin receivers out to the left, Woodward under center. Gilliland dots the I. He's going to hand it off. Gilliland looks for room up the middle, and he's going to look for some room, but gets about 2 up to the 20.
Wow, Josh Duncan just crashed down on that line of scrimmage, just pinched inside, guys, and boy, got a hold of him and brought him down to the ground. So good job by number 51, Josh Duncan.
Duncan has made plays throughout the entire season and probably, being quite honest, doesn't get all the attention that he deserves because he's just been consistent.
Again, twins out to the left eye formation. Woodward will come under center again. 2nd down and 8 from the 20 here for Troy. And keeping the football was the quarterback, Woodward. And he has nowhere to go. He's going to be dropped for a yard loss back to the 19-yard line. That play just broke apart.
Yeah, Hayden Hyman down there. Let's see if that's Jimmy Kerr getting up off of there. It certainly is.
Once again, the penetration there by Duncan disrupts the timing and everything. Sometimes you don't got to make that tackle to be a factor in the tackle. Obviously, there he's just simply disrupting everything.
Well, right now when they're trying to run it out there to the left-hand side, you can just see that whole defensive line for Clarion slanting to that side, and you're finding some gaps now and you're bringing down Woodward, the quarterback.
Twins left, single receiver on the right side. Carr for Woodward. He's going to hand it there. And slipping and falling was Mason Smith. He had room on the right side, but he slips. And he's only going to get 2 up to the 21-yard line. And now we'll see Troy have to punt the football with 5 and a half to go.
He very well could have been running for about a 15-plus yard gain with the size of the hole there. That turf tackle can be a nasty tackle at times.
Kimmicks is on to punt it away. Rex will go back deep here for Central Clarion.
You have to play this straight up as well. I don't think there's any way in the world we'll see a fake, but you still got to play this straight up.
Yeah, it's 4th and 7.
A lot of guys moving around on that offensive line for Troy.
Ball snap back to Kimmicks. He gets rid of that football. And it bounces, and Rex is just going to let it go. It goes inside the 45 and down right around the 42-yard line. So 5:01 to go here in the third, 12-9 Central Clarion.
I'll tell you what, number 11, Brady Goose, find a gap that time, and I'm sure Coach Nepp, the special teams coach, is going to write that down. But Brady Goose found a gap, and he almost got there.
It's getting closer and closer.
So the ball, they'll mark officially at the 43 on the Central Clarion side of the field. Exactly 5:01 to go here in this Ascendance Trucking third.
Well, you got some momentum now, Bob and Mike, and boy, if you can punch one in, as we said, you could take the lead here.
Seems to be some confusion here offensively. Is it a TV timeout or what are we seeing?
TV timeout. He's on the 20.
Yep, so they're down there, and good. We do want to thank a lot of great sponsors on the broadcast tonight. We do want to thank the Fund Bank, the First United National Bank, a full range of personal and business banking. Clarion Ford, nobody beats a Clarion Ford deal. What do you got, Mr. Cadis?
I got Braun Excavation. Thank you for covering the broadcast fee today. We really appreciate that out of Braun Excavation and our travel to get down here. There's some fees incurred with coming down here to broadcast the game, and we really appreciate Braun Excavation.
So here we go. As a 1st and 10 at timeout is now over with. So here we go. Central Clarion with the football from their own 43-yard line as they work right to left. They trail by 3. Here's Ferguson looking to throw. Across the middle. Finds Burford. It's caught by Burford. I don't know how he held on to it, but he does. And that's about a 9-yard pickup for Burford across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Second down and 1.
Jace had some mustard on that one, Bob, and laid it right in there, and Burford able to grab that football.
If he doesn't throw it that hard, there's a good opportunity it could be picked, and that's why there's so much zip on the football, and Burford uses his body to shield a defender. Got a great position on that one. Just fundamentally sound, little simple fundamentals add up and certainly help you move the football down the field.
Well, you guys talked about how Clarion needed to come out and throw that football effectively. They weren't able to run it as much, and they're doing that right now. Here we go, second down and 1. Ferguson drops back deep, looks to throw, fires the ball. It's caught by Rex. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Rex touchdown. 48-yard for Rex for the touchdown. And Central Clarion will take the lead here on Troy.
No flags on the play. That's a touchdown, folks.
At 4:08, put it in the books. That touchdown, 48 yards.
Boy, Jace Ferguson, Bob, just waited and waited and waited for him to clear, and then he threw a strike at him just out of the reach of one of the cornerbacks for Troy, and he finds himself in the end zone.
Bringing Euchert in here to kick rather than go for the 2.
Flag on a play.
Well, there has to be an offside prior to that, and they didn't blow the whistle dead right away, and you'll see it now.
Yeah, here comes the official. Offsides against the defense. So,
looking to Coach Eagleton.
Yeah, they're just going to keep that Euchert on there with Harrison holding.
Going to move it up a yard.
So here we go, Euchert.
You know, sometimes they say it's harder to kick it the closer it is.
Well, here's the hold. Kick's on the way, and the extra point is on the way, and that time the extra point is good for Euchert. So 16-12 is where the score stands. Central Clarion leading Troy now. So Central Clarion, guys, the big question was when they came out after halftime, what adjustments did they make? What were they going to do? And you thought they needed to throw that ball a little bit more because they were not having as much success running, and it's shown right here. They have done extremely well here on their first few possessions.
Oh, big-time halftime talk. That's what it was. Halftime talk, got them all refocused, made some adjustments, and that's what you need to do. Good teams do that, change your philosophy a little bit, and find out some things that work, and the passing game is working quite well right now.
Also want to thank in this ball game Cousin Basil's Restaurant, nestled in the heart of Clarington. A great atmosphere, delicious food, friendly service. Ty and Nesta Builders, full range of home improvement products and services. Sweet Basil in Shippenville. Relaxing atmosphere and great service and food. Gale's Kitchens, specializing in custom cabinetry kitchen design with superior craftsmanship and timeless style. We get set now for kickoff. Euchert on, descended deep. It's Kimmicks, Smith, and Gilliland back deep. Kimmicks is going to look up again. He'll take it at his 6. Back, cuts to the left side of the field, tries to make a turn, and he's going to be hit and dropped. He won't go anywhere. He tried to stretch the field out, and he's going to be nailed down. Looking to see who was that
Brent
person
Parker,
over there.
44.
Yep,
Yeah,
Parker
Brent
was
Parker.
the one to get him.
Parker's had an outstanding game today, special teams-wise, some big-time tackles, and that's the case there running east and west and not north and south.
Yeah, he ran a long way heading across the field instead of down, and the Central Clarion made him pay. Ball back at the 8-yard line.
Wow, good special teams coverage. Everybody stay in your legs, Bob, and be able to bring him down.
So they'll work out of the shotgun this time. Woodward, we haven't seen him much in the shotgun. Twins out to the left, single receiver on the right side. He's going to hand that football off. That's Smith. Smith turning, and Smith is going to get stood up. And finally, he's going to be brought down. They'll give him forward progress of 3 up to the 11.
Boy, they're really letting that play, that whistle go, Mike and Bob. Hayden Hyman just rode him and rode him and rode him. Jace Ferguson jumped on 2 to bring him down and put him down on the turf. So those officials are letting them go.
They are letting them play. They're consistent. They're doing it both ways.
And you know, guys, I just look up and see the clock. 3:30 left in the it's just flying by.
Blinking, it's the end of the quarter already.
Ball at the 11-yard line. Second down here in 7. The Trojans, it's Woodward under center here. Gilliland dodging the eye. They're going to give it to Gilliland. Here's Gilliland. And Gilliland this time, he's going to be stopped after a short gain. He'll get up near the 13. That's a 2-yard pickup, but there is a flag coming in late here. We'll see what the flag is with 3:07 to go here in the third.
Yeah, he's White Hat's talking. Oh, it looks like Troy's.
Personal foul against Clarion,
Yep.
Central Clarion. So that'll be a first down, and they'll add the 15 on to the end, so it goes out to the 28.
Yeah, and that's the challenge with the long whistle because the players kind of get a little spoiled, and sometimes you come in there and make a little extra contact.
Coach Eggleton's giving the side judge a heck of a. He's giving him some advice, I should say, on the side.
They're not talking about the current Buck season.
Yep, first and 10 here at the 29 here for Troy. Woodward under center again. They're going to stack receivers just off the line of scrimmage on the left side. Going to pitch the ball back to Gilliland. Gilliland head in the backfield. Gilliland's going to be dropped for a loss on the play of 2 yards.
Thomas Euchert back there. Or, excuse me, Ethan Rex. I saw Ethan Rex, 22, back there. Brought him down. Good penetration.
I was worried when you said
I
Euchert back there.
I was looking on the sidelines here, and then all of a sudden I'm like, geez, oh man, there's number 10 down here with no jacket, no big coat like everybody else has. Everybody else has a big coat on except number 10. And I was thinking, who's number 10? That's Euchert. So he was in my mind.
Second down 12 after that loss on the play. Again, Woodward will come under center. Tight at the line. He's going to pitch that ball back. Again in the backfield. Central Clarion all over the loss on the play. Back near the 24-yard line. That's a loss of 4 yards.
Bob, are you noticing that defensive line from Clarion is starting to slant a little bit more?
They are pinching.
They are really pinching, and they are filling in the gaps like crazy.
And they will pinch until you figure a way to stop it. Exciting adjustments.
So a big third down now for Troy. Central Clarion so far, they've had the better of them in this third quarter. Third down and 15 for the Trojans. Twins left, single receiver right. Woodward working in the shotgun. Woodward looking to throw, fires the football down the sideline, and it is in. A flag's going to be thrown. They're going to get Burford for interference here on Kimmicks.
Oh, yeah, he pulled the jersey. You could see it, and there was no need for that, Bob. The ball was going to be overthrown, and he just grabbed his jersey.
Yeah, and that's one of those deals there where if you're going to make the call, you get your money's worth, I guess, out of it.
And it will be enough for the first down. They needed 15, and that's just what the penalty will be. So it'll be a first and 10 here for Troy on the penalty. Here the Central Clarion folks not enjoying that call.
Yeah, but he did grab him over there. I mean,
it's the right call.
Yeah, it was the right call. So
yeah, it's a tough one, but it's the right one, and that's just part of the game.
Well, we're giving them 2 first downs now on penalties. So personal foul and the pass interference call.
Well, 39-I formation again. Woodward under center. He's going to give it to Gilliland. Gilliland slicing through, and this time big run, stays on his feet, and he's going to get 9 yards up near the 48-yard line. So second down and 1 is Gilliland running hard that time. I haven't seen a good hard run out of him for a while.
Yeah, that's the downside of that pinch, because if he gets by the first wave, then it's very difficult to bring him down to after he picks up significant yardage, and he does so here. Second, very short situation.
Yeah, bet who's going to get the ball again. Bet it's going to be 23.
Might be Millard, too, that fullback. We'll see. Second down and 1. They're going to give it. You said it. Gilliland gets that to carry. Gilliland's hit driven. Does he lean forward enough is the question.
He is short by about a half a yard.
So we will see where that spot is.
Whoa, they're not even going to measure.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him. So he gets the 1. I thought your eyes were good there, Bob, but they're going to give him the first down. 40 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Central Clarion leads at 16-12, but now Troy is driving up near midfield.
You got to take a deep breath here defensively. Look, some things have not gone your way here with a couple of penalties, but you have stuffed them up with the exception of that long run.
Well, keep an eye on 23 again.
First and 10 from the 49-yard line. Ball kept by Woodward. Woodward breaking tackles, 40. There he goes. Oh, the save! Because if not, he was going to go. That's a first down, though. He's going to pick up 12 yards to the 39-yard line, and that was Ferguson with the save, because if not, he's gone.
Yeah, he was off to the races. He made a good decision not to put the ball. He put the ball in the belly of the fullback, pulled it out, turned around, and took off down the field.
And you're going to see Troy just allow that clock to expire, and we will go to quarter number 4. Do not go away, folks. 16-12, Central Clarion leads it, but Troy driving as we go to quarter number 4. And you are listening to the broadcast today on Explore Sports PA. It's Kerle Tire State Championship Football on exploreClarion.com. exploreClarion.com.
Muscovitz applesauce is made with 100% American-grown apples, many from right here in Pennsylvania. Their 6-ounce big cup is almost double what you get in those small pouches, which makes it perfect for your pregame pick-me-up or sideline snack during your after-school sports. Eat, play, score, quality to the core. Muscovitz is proud to support the PIAA student athletes, and right now, one lucky family over here on the Wildcat side, the Davis family.
All right, so we get set to go to quarter number 4. Troy will have the football with a 1st and 10. The ball resting at the Central Clarion 39-yard line. Our fourth quarter sponsor is Clarion County Community Bank. So here we go. So 16-12, Central Clarion leads, but Troy putting together a drive aided by a couple penalties against Central Clarion. So here we go from the 39-yard line. I formation, single receiver, it's Kimmicks out to the right. Woodward under center. He's going to give it to Gilliland. Gilliland cuts in the middle. Gilliland cuts to the outside. Gilliland, Ferguson riding him there a bit, knocks him down finally, but he's going to pick up about 6 yards, and that's down to the 33-yard line. Sets up a second down here and 4.
That's just really hard running, Bob. I'll tell you, he comes through there and just looks for an opportunity. A couple guys whiffed on him from Clarion, and it was Jace Ferguson was, thank goodness he was there to bring him down. So
You got to just take a little bit of a deep breath here defensively if you're Central Clarion. They've had a success in a couple of different running plays. Go back to what worked so well for you here throughout the third quarter.
I formation again. We've seen it all day long. Gilliland gets the handoff. Gilliland breaks a couple tackles and then forced backwards. He'll get maybe 2 down to about the 31-yard line. So 3rd down and 2. He'll split the difference.
it's a pretty good job by Jesse Sawicki. He's not a real big dude, but I'll tell you what, Jesse comes slamming in there pretty good. And when Gillian looked like he was going to go forward to try to get that first down marker, Jesse just got up and said, "No, you're not," and brought him down. So really, really good tackle.
So 3rd down and 2. Big 3rd down. I formation. Woodward under center, and he's been known to keep it as well. Woodward's going to keep that football, works his way down the line. He's driven backwards. He'll get to the 30. But a 4th and 1 now. Huge 4th and 1 here early in this fourth quarter.
You got to think here is we're going to see them. I know they're going to go for it, obviously, here in this 4th down situation. You got to think they're going to look towards this left side. They had a lot of success early on in the ball game, and I think they want to go back to it. That sneak was towards the left.
That's their comfort zone over here, but now they got, I don't know if they didn't look like they didn't flip Jimmy Kerr. Josh Duncan's on this left side along with Hyman, and Hyman's going to go to a down position. So
Woodward gives it to Gilliland. Gilliland will lean forward, and he'll get the first down. He needed 1. He gains 2 yards that time, and you could hear that Central Clarion crowd in the background really trying to root on that defense.
Charlie Heppel shot that gap and had a shot at him back there, but the play just developed so quick. He went by Charlie before he had a chance to get a shoulder on him.
And did run, of course, to that left side of the offensive line.
Yeah.
Ball sitting at the 28-yard line. 9:46 on a turning clock here in quarter number 4.
That Sens is over there, and he's their best offensive lineman without a doubt.
Troy driving here into Clarion territory from the 28-yard line. Woodward keeps the football. Woodward's going to be tripped up. He's hit and dropped, and I'll tell you what, the first one back there to get him was Matt Alston. And he'll get stopped at the line, 2nd down and 10. It's a 4-point Central Clarion advantage here.
Hayden Hyman took a shot at him, too, and he's getting up a little gingerly, guys. He's at the 24-yard line. Hurt his wrist a little bit, you can tell. And it hurts a little bit more when it's cold outside.
Well, right now, I'll tell you what, they got to be heated down there.
Yeah, he's
as they're driving.
Yeah, he's shaking it off a little bit. He ain't. You have to get a tractor trailer to pull him out of the game.
I formation, ball pitch back. Gilliland, big hole up the middle. 20, 15, 10. Gilliland 5, and Gilliland goes into the end zone for the Troy touchdown. 28-yard touchdown run to put Troy back up with the lead here against Central Clarion.
Well, they just were looking for a hole, and Gilliland just took off around the right side, big hole around that left side, and scampered down the field for that touchdown, so that's going to give Troy the lead, and it's going to be 18-16 pending the extra point, or it's going to be a 2-point conversion looking towards the sidelines.
I'd be running 2 all the way.
Yeah, Troy's looking and not quite sure what they've decided to do. Here comes Woodard. He's coming back in, and looks like they are going to try to go for 2, Mike.
Yeah, that would put them up by 4. And so with Euchart's foot, you think about that. 8:46 to go.
Yeah, this is really huge here if we could stop them on the 2-point conversion. Here we go.
Here's Woodward under center. He's going to pitch it back to Gilliland. Gilliland's going to keep that football hit and stop shy of the goal line. So 18-16 as the score.
Yeah, Briggs Beckwith coming up to make that big stop about the 4-yard line, 5-yard line that time on a toss sweep. It just wasn't there. Good job by that Wildcat defense.
So 8:46 remaining here in the quarter, and they stopped them on the 2-point conversion. So it's a 2-point ball game now.
Things are getting a little interesting.
Sure are. It's going to be down to, I don't know. I think a big play on either side. It could be here on offense for Central Clarion or defensively for Troy. I don't know, but I think you're going to see something big for either one of these squads that's going to really decide this game now. Rex Burford, go back deep.
Yeah, big missed opportunity certainly on the conversions after the touchdowns. Again, one kick was missed, and then the 2 points failed.
But that drive, in a nutshell, was a personal foul and a pass interference call, basically. So
there's the kick. Burford at the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35-yard line. Burford spun around. He'll be dropped out near the 39-yard line. So great field position. Central Clarion's offense will come on. 8:39 remaining. They trail by 2.
Boy, Mason, he just needs 2-3 yards of open area, and he would just rip through that kickoff coverage. But Troy doing a pretty good job keeping an eye on number 17 and bringing him down.
Yeah, rest District 9 thinking, oh, geez, we got to go against him next year.
Yeah, that's right. I think a lot of people felt that he was a senior because it seems like he's been there for 25 years.
Well, 26.
26 of the Burford family. It's like, boom, Burford.
Well, they love to wear that number 17.
So from the 39-yard line, here comes Central Clarion, trailing by 2. They're going to put quad receivers out to the right, single receiver to the left. Here's Ferguson. Ferguson dumps it off, finds Rex. Rex is going to be hit, driven down. Just a couple-yard pickup. They had a good tackle that time by Mason Smith for Troy. 2nd down and 8.
And again, not every play you throw is going to, or every pass you attempt anyways that you throw is not going to go for 10, 12, 15 yards. That time very well defended by Troy.
2nd down and 8. Ball resting at the Central Clarion 41-yard line as they work left to right here. Ferguson with Harrison in the backfield. He's going to fake to Harrison. Looks to throw. Pocket collapsing. Fires across the middle. Cut by Sawicki in stride. 30, 28-yard line. And that's a 1st down for Central Clarion. Boy, what a beautiful pass from Ferguson into Sawicki.
Mike, great route, and Bob, great route by Sawicki. He was taking off. He was running right towards the post, and then he, in mid-stride, about the 40-yard line, he just kicked it out to the right, and that ball Jace Ferguson threw right before Sawicki was able to make that cut. He turned around. The ball was right there. What a heck of a play.
32-yard pickup on the pass play. Clarion has to hurry here. Harrison out there. They're going to go with those 4 receivers set on that left side. Burford on the right side. Ferguson rolls to that left side. Looking. He's hit. Ferguson just gets rid of that football. And is that intercepted? No, it's caught. It is caught on the other far side. Sawicki comes back to help out his quarterback. And it is caught at the 21-yard line. That's a 6-yard pickup.
How did Sawicki reel that one in? I was thinking it was going to hang up there and get
I thought
picked
maybe
off.
it was going to be picked off over there. You're right, Governor.
Yeah, I just didn't know if he was going to try to just get it out of bounds and throw it out of bounds. But then all of a sudden, Jace got that uncanny thing to just say, maybe I could squeeze it in there, and he did.
So here we go.
Once again, reasons why I was never considered ever a strong possibility to play any skill position.
Hey, guys, while we're here, Clarion's got the ball, but they got Mason Burford one-on-one.
And he's going to come to Burford. And it is caught by Burford, but a big hit. And there is a flag on the play on the hit on Burford.
Boy, I'll tell you, one of the things the Clarion coaching staff had set that up so well. They kept moving those guys to the left and trips receivers to the left, and had one-on-one with Burford down here. And then I saw it right before, and Mason had a little bit more jump in his step to go out to that position. They threw the slant, and he completed it.
And you talk about taking a shot. Wow.
Yeah, Noah Ellis was the one here. He had some 98 tackles coming into this game on the season.
Yeah, the longer this goes, the longer I don't like this.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Like they're going to pick up. Okay, it is going to be he made the call.
Yeah, pass interference against the defense here.
Basically, they wanted to sort out exactly which would be more obviously beneficial, and they come over to Coach Eggleton, relay the call. Now they'll let everybody else on the field know what's going on.
I think if he takes the play, it's down at the 14.
Boy, I think they wanted that one. But I tell you what, I think they set Burford up for that touchdown.
So they'll take it and they'll mark it off, and it's going to give them more yards down at right around
It's
the
literally
10.
like they're doing half the distance.
They're going to go to the 10, it looks like.
Yeah, it's not quite at the 10, so they can get a first down just inside the 1.
Yeah, I love this matchup down here with Mason Burford and Kimmicks. That's their really good cornerback. But Kimmicks is playing 10 yards off of him, 9 yards, Bob, and I love this matchup.
Take full advantage of it.
Here's Ferguson out of the shotgun. First and 10 from the 10. Ferguson keeps the football. Ferguson cutting to the right side. Ferguson to the 5. Ferguson touchdown, Central Clarion. 11-yard run for Jace Ferguson, and Central Clarion takes the lead again here on Troy.
Boy, our athletes and your athletes. Jace Ferguson just ran them all the way to the pylon. Clarion takes the lead.
Wow.
That comes at the 6:37 mark here of the 4th.
So I think we have where we're going to go. I think we're going to try to go for 2 here because it's 22-18. So field goal won't get Troy back in it, but a 2 points conversion would make a lot of pressure on Troy if they scored an extra point.
Doing what I would love to do, moving the football to the far hash. That gives the wide side here to the right.
Yeah, Charlie Heppel coming in a little bit late here, but plenty of time to get it off.
Ball snap back to Ferguson. He's looking to the right side. Ferguson dumps it off, and it is caught by Rex in the end zone. Or that's Kemmer down there, actually, with that 2-point conversion.
You need a big play. Find 81. Find Cohen Kemmer. He's going to be open, and he hit him. Nice composure by Jace, looking around, and all of a sudden, here comes number 81 open in the end zone. That'll make the score 24-18 now, Clarion, with 6:37. So Mr.
Kemmer has been money in the bank guy. It's like having a CD, it's there.
That's a go-to. You
it's
put it in
safe.
your glove compartment, right?
That's
It's
right.
like, I want to hear this song. Just pull it out and let it fly. So really nice drive and good answer to Troy, Bob, where the Wildcats to come back and score. Great answer to their touchdown.
If you remember, the last couple of returns by Troy have been less than spectacular.
You're right.
They're not hard-nosed running. They're really securing the football. That very last return, by the way, started out was stopped actually at the 8-yard line.
Yeah, they've been trying to get the ball to number 3 out there, Lincoln Kimmicks. And he's been, I don't want to, he's just not having any success back there returning the football. So let's see if Thomas Euchre's going to decide to kick it to him again.
It is Kimmicks back there along with Smith and Gilliland. Here's Euchert addressing the football, and he'll send that ball. They're going to squib it down the field, and it's going to be picked up by Smith at the 15-yard line, back to the 20, and he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So that's where Troy will have the football. 6:32 remains here in quarter number 4, and it's 24-18 Central Clarion.
Boy, Briggs Beckwith doing a great job down there again, number 14, on that tackle on special teams. We've been talking about this, Bobby. Every time the Troy scores, the Wildcats are starting about the 38-yard line, 42-yard line, and they're starting at their 21-yard line now.
So here we go as Troy will come out. Woodward and crew, we'll see what they decide to do. It looks like they're going to go out of the shotgun this time. Twins left, single receiver on the right side here for Woodward. from the 21. Going to send Smith in motion. And keeping the football, that's Woodward. And he'll be dropped up near the 30-yard line, and that for him is a pickup of 8 yards.
Bob, all they got to do is the Wildcats have to do their job on that. Who's got the quarterback? That's just a little bit too much on that run. Who's got that assignment to stay on number 12?
Yep, you have to, do the quarterback option, contain, tackle the dive man scenario in your head. It's got to be natural. It's got to be automatic. You don't even have to think about it at this point.
Second down, 2. We're all resting at the 30 here for Troy. I formation. Here's Woodward under center. Woodward's going to hand that to Gilliland. Here's Gilliland over the right side. Gilliland gets some room, and he'll have a first down as he'll take it to about the 35-yard line. Give him 5 yards on the carry. And a new set of downs here for the Trojans. Clock will stop as they move the chains. 5:46 remaining.
That's a pretty good job by Mason Burford. He was one-on-one out there. Lincoln Kimmicks, they're covering each other on both sides of the ball, basically, and Kimmicks tried to block him, but Mason Burford able to get in around Kimmicks that time and make that tackle.
New set of downs for the Trojans as the ball rests at their own 35-yard line. They work right to left. They trail Central Clarion by 6. I formation, Woodward under center. Woodward, get a fake, looks to throw, steps up, fires the ball. He's got a man, and it is going to be incomplete. Boy, Ferguson was coming over, eyeing for a possible pick there. The ball falls incomplete.
Boy, Jace just couldn't get there. Woodward just threw a duck out there basically at the 40-yard line of the Wildcats, and Jace was just a little bit behind it, or he would have had that interception.
Yeah, end result was certainly not good for Troy, but I do like the call.
Oh, yeah.
It makes the defense, again, play honest for these remaining downs.
So second down and 10, ball resting again at the 35. Clock stopped at 5:17 remaining here in the ball game.
How's the blood pressure, Mike?
Yeah, it's good. I formation. Here's Woodward. Will work under center, single receiver. Kimmicks out to the left side. Gilliland will dot the I. He's going to hand that off. Smith over the right side. Not a lot for Smith. That pile keeps moving, though, and he'll get a couple.
Hey, Jimmy Kerr says, no way, baby. You're going to come against me. Ain't going to happen. We're going to push that pile back. So I watched 63 just move that entire pile back. So good job by Jimmy Kerr down there at about the 36-yard line.
2-yard pickups. Third down and 8 now here for Troy. Now that clock not being their friend. They're down by 6 here to Central Clarion. Both teams still with 3 timeouts to work with. Big third down here for Troy. They're going to work in the shotgun this time. Twins right, single receiver left. Woodward going to take that snap. Looks to throw, hands that football off. They're going to run that end around. And that's a first down of more, 50, 45-yard line. Gilliland was the one to take that end around from that right side, and it'll be a first down for Troy inside the Clarion 45 down to the 44-yard line.
Well, Matt Austin was back there, would have had a shot at him, but I'll tell you what, he got a shot back there. That offensive line for Troy had a little bit of jersey back there on 54. He's showing the referees reorganizing his uniform and such. But
for a split second, it almost looked like that was going to be set up to be a pass.
Yeah, it did. You're right.
It's a 19-yard pickup. First and 10 for Troy at the Clarion 44. 4 minutes to go in this ball game. So here's Smith again over the right side. Smith trying to turn the corner, does. 40 and out of bounds near the 35-yard line. We'll see where they spot him. And they're going to give him about 8 yards on the play, so it sets up a second down here and 2 as the ball at the 36-yard line. Clock stops with 3:54 to go here in this fourth quarter. Central Clarion here leading by 6.
Yeah, good pursuit that time by that Wildcat defense, but able to get around that right side and pick up a few. So short second and 2.
So here comes Troy as they'll break the huddle. Ball at the 36-yard line. Again, they're going to go out of the shotgun. Twins out again. Same setup to the right. Single receiver on the left. He's got the sidecar. Going to take it. Woodward's going to keep the football. Here's Woodward. Boy, and I'll tell you what, he was going, but finally got knocked to the ground. Not sure who that was. That over there on the tackle, that looked like Harrison. No, that was not. That was number 8. For
Clock
Central
here
Clarion.
at 3:46.
Yeah, Thalen Allison.
Allison.
Mm-hmm.
And it knocks him down right there at the line of scrimmage, or else I'll tell you what, he was moving. So no gains. Or I'm sorry, that is a first down here at the 33-yard line. And they're going to hand it off there to Millard, and he'll get about a yard, two, maybe down to the 30-yard line. They'll say officially 3 yards, second down and 7. Clock continuing to move here down to 3:15. And for Troy, this is that scenario. If you score, you don't want to give Central Clarion much time.
Yeah, that's a big thing. So Josh Duncan down there on that tackle less time. So and Troy's got the wind here, and that wind is going crazy right to left right now.
Second down, 7. Gilliland getting the carry. Gilliland leans forward, and he'll take it down. He'll get probably 2 to the 28-yard line. Makes it a third down here.
Well, they got him the third down, Bob.
3rd and 5.
They got him the third down, so that's accomplishment in itself.
Well, keep in mind, we know, or we're very confident anyways, 4-down territory. The kicking game has not been strong today.
That wind's really starting to pick up down there on the field.
So here we go, 3rd down and 5. The ball pitched back to Gilliland. Gilliland, he'll have the first down, and he'll be dropped down near the 20-yard line. That's an 8-yard pickup for him. So he needed about 5, and he's going to end up gaining 8 yards down to the 20.
I got him unofficially at 1:49 of the ball game. Again, unofficial stats. That would be his 26th attempt.
Clock continuing to move, 2:10 and moving. Troy driving. They're in the Dubrook red zone here at the 20-yard line. Central Clarion leads at 24-18. The ball pitched back. Gilliland sidesteps a tackler. He'll take it down to about the 16-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup. So second down and 6.
Okay, Jimmy Kerr in on that tackle. Brought him down.
How quick do you start to think about timeouts if you're Central Clarion in this situation? Are you rolling the dice that your defense is going to come up with a big play?
Yeah, I mean, you're hoping you get something. Defense got to come up with a big play. We've seen him in this situation before. Stop Troy in the backfield. We need one of those right now.
I formation, Woodward under center. Ball pitch back to Gilliland. That's Smith. Smith with the quarterback or the back option. He's going to run back to the left side. He's to the 10, to the 5, and he high steps it, and he gets into the end zone for the Troy touchdown. What a run.
Yeah, go ahead.
By, that was Smith that time. And Troy will take the lead.
It is a broken play, but...
Oh, no, we're tied. Excuse me, 24-24. So this is huge. Gavin Lyken-Leffler on for the extra point to give Troy a lead with 1:15. We're tied at 24. Here's the snap. The hold's there. The kick's on the way, and the extra point is up, and it is good. Troy leads Clarion. Central Clarion here by a score of 25-24. And I'll tell you what, guys, give a lot of credit that time to Mason Smith. He came around, had to make something happen, broke a few tackles, and was able to high step it in the end zone for that score.
It started out to be a halfback pass. Toss sweep to the right. He was going to throw it, and Bob, he just cut back and just kept cutting back further, and further.
And that goes really opposite of what you normally see take place in a halfback pass, because usually that back is going to throw it no matter what, because they're convinced they don't have many opportunities to touch us. But he realized nothing was there, so he had to tuck it and run. He made the play happen and got 6 points out of it and got his team in position to take the lead.
That's exactly right. But there's 1:15 left, and the Wildcats have 3 timeouts left. The only concern that I have now, and you know what, you're thinking what I'm thinking, how close we can get Thomas Euchert down there. But if you've been watching, I've been saying this in the fourth quarter with that wind. Now the wind sort of settled down a little bit, but you can see the tassels, the ribbons on top of the goalpost are not in a dead angle towards Clarion, but they're just swirling around a little bit. So how close can you get, guys?
Here's the big question I have, too, in this situation. If you're Troy, do you risk kicking it deep? Do you risk kicking it short? What do you do here?
Yeah.
I think you try to dump it if you can, right in that middle zone, right around the 20-25-yard line if you can.
Well, the Wildcats have started with good field position, so let's see where this kick goes and where they start.
They're going to squiv it down the field. It's going to be picked up in the middle. Ferguson with it, 25. Ferguson And makes that stop, and now cuts left side, 30, 35-yard line, 40, 45, 50, across midfield goes Ferguson. 1:03 to go in the ball game, and Central Clarion in great field position after that run back by Ferguson at the 45-yard line here of Troy.
Boy, did he pick up a great block by number 20, Charlie Heffel, on that backside. Charlie looked up and said, oh my gosh, here comes Jason. He just turned around and almost like a basketball screened a guy out, and Jace just took off right behind us.
It looked like they were going to be forced to start the 25-yard line. Looked like that was going to be stuffed up.
They'll give him the 46. They'll say he was out there at the 46-yard line. It is on the Troy side of the football field, though. Central Clarion, 1:03, 3 timeouts to work with.
Well, if you're scripting it, you couldn't really script it much better if you're a Central Clarion fan.
And you know you have Euchred with a good foot. So here we go. 4 wide to the right, single receiver left, 5 wide for Ferguson. Ferguson steps up. Ferguson hit from behind, and he's going to be sacked on the play. He'll be dropped back at the 49-yard line. It's a 3-yard loss. 2nd and 13. The clock is running.
Got to get back on the ball.
They have 3 timeouts that they can work with if they would need to here.
Boy, your tons of time is just oozing off the clock right now.
Surprised maybe they didn't take one there. So here we go. 4 wide, Twins on each side. Ferguson looking to throw again. Ferguson dumps it off to Burford across the middle of the field. Burford hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. And a timeout now by Central Clarion with 28 seconds to go in the ball game. It'll be a 3rd down and 13. Clarion will have 2 downs here. They'll have still 2 timeouts.
Well, I'm going to be interested to see personnel here, how they're going to line up and what they're going to do, because you want to get the ball in the most productive, athlete's hands, and that's Jace Ferguson. And, see what if they're going to try to do the trips again and get Mason Burford one-on-one with Kimmicks down here. That's going to be an interesting play call by Davey Eagleton and that staff.
It's a 3rd down and long. 28 seconds remain on the clock, and Troy leads it here by a score of 25-24. Troy the first to break the huddle and onto the football field. That's more pressure than we've seen on Ferguson since that first half.
And, Bob, you know what? I like the play call because everybody's coming and you're running the screen. Yep. It just wasn't there. I mean, Burford caught it, but it just wasn't there.
Well defended.
5 wide again. Twins left, trips right. Ferguson with the empty backfield. 3rd and 13. Couple plays. They got to get at least that first down with some time. Here's Ferguson looking to throw. Ferguson steps up, fires across the middle, and the pass to Rex is incomplete. So 4th and 13. 23 seconds.
Yep, clock stops. So, you got to get your best 13-yard play, whatever it would be.
They have to get the first down here.
Yeah, in order to get that first down, it's at the 36. And I wouldn't be surprised if we'd see a Troy timeout here.
And you can hear the crowd.
You got it
really
right, Bob.
Into this one.
Yep, Troy's called a timeout. Good call.
And all you're going to do here as a defensive coordinator is just say, look, you guys know where the sticks are at. Don't let anyone get behind you.
And now 23 seconds, folks.
Now the other thing, haven't been involved, certainly not in any type of level like this, a huge game like this, but you're not afraid really to sit and tell your guys, look, if you think that you're going to lose him or he's getting by you, don't be afraid to tug that jersey.
Yeah.
Make no secret about it. I know that's not necessarily the world's most popular comment to say, but you don't want to risk it in this situation.
Well, your number one athlete's your quarterback, so throw the ball, run the ball with him, get outside. He's got a lot of speed. I don't have an answer on this one. What you're going to do? If you look back at the season, one of the things is Cohen Kemmer's always been the go-to guy, basically number 81, and he's in there.
You got 81 to throw to. You got 17 to throw at. You got, of course, Sawicki.
That offensive line has got to give Jay some time.
4th down, 13. Here we go. Ball sits at the 49-yard line. Central Clarion trails by 1. Ferguson looking to throw. Pocket collapsing. Ferguson steps up, fires, and it is caught. Burford has it inside the 35 and down around the 33-yard line. 16 seconds. Central Clarion's going to have to hurry here. Ball is at the 33. They're going to try to set up a play here with 16 seconds, and a timeout will be taken by Central Clarion. So here we go, folks. 14 seconds. 1st and 10 for Central Clarion from the 33 of Troy.
You know what? Good. Now the clock. They're looking at the clock here with what we got. They let that clock go off. You know what? After that touchdown with Troy earlier, 3 more seconds ran off the clock, because I think I almost interrupted you guys saying, hey, the clock. They let it run.
As of right now, from here, it'd be a 50-yard field goal.
You'd love to get the ball down to at least the 20-yard line, I think.
There should be 16 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Central Clarion still has 1 timeout to work with. So here you go, folks. Ball sits at the 33-yard line. 14 seconds to go here in the ball game. Central Clarion trails by 1. They're at the 33 of Troy.
The absolute big key here is you cannot take a sack. Even though you have the timeout, you can't, because, again, that'll negate what happens following it.
There's the official down there. Looks like he was on a headset with Coach Lauder, trying to signal up here. Now 2 officials are trying to come back and let us know.
I think they wanted to put some time.
Yeah, there's 16 seconds, yeah.
So that's where it was, 16 seconds to go.
Okay, I feel more comfortable now.
1st and 10 from the 33. Here's Central Clarion driving here against Troy, trailing by 1. Here's Ferguson out of the shotgun. Ball snap back to Ferguson. Ferguson looking to throw, steps up, firing the ball, looking for Burford. Fight for it, Burford is not going to bring it in. It's incomplete, 8 seconds to go. Now here you go. You got really 1 play here. Do you try for the long field goal?
No, go ahead and run the 1.
No, not right now.
Remember, you've got a timeout left. So,
yeah.
That's true, too.
You go ahead and throw. I think, ideally, me personally, I wouldn't be afraid to throw to the middle of the football field in this situation, because you have that 1 timeout. Everybody in the stands is thinking you're going to throw sideline to sideline.
Yeah, and that's Cohen Kemmer. That's 81, who does a great job across the middle of the football field. If they can get the ball to him and call timeout.
Yeah, he's a big body.
But, Bob, you got to get it, down near the 20 here.
Absolutely.
Here we go. 2nd down, 10. 8 seconds to go. Ferguson looking to throw. Ferguson firing that football, and the ball's incomplete. 3 seconds now. 3 seconds remain.
Well, you got to call your timeout here.
Now you take the timeout. You have your Hail Mary play, which is usually flooding the zone.
Do you give Euchert a chance?
He's over there near the sidelines.
It's too long. I just think it's too long from this scenario here, guys.
Timeout taken. Last timeout. Central Clarion will use it. 3 seconds. They trail by 1.
Although he's trotting out.
He's out there. Yep. He's out there looking for it.
I think that's your best chance, I think, and I know it's going to be a poke, especially you see that wind, and sometimes it's at your back, sometimes it's not.
We always have to remember that it is not. You have so many variables here. You have a long snapper coming into play. You got a holder coming into play, and you certainly have the kick. But you got the weather, and you're kicking into the wind. The football is cold. It doesn't fly as well. They're going to trot him out there. This is a gutsy move. Now, if I'm out there defensively, I'm going to say, hey, guys, let's play this honest. Let's watch for the fake. I doubt you'll see any type of fake like that, because, number one, they're bringing Burford off. So that's one of your biggest targets. So they're going to line up.
So here we go. It's going to be a 50-yarder. 3 seconds to go. Here's your ball game, folks. 50-yard attempt by Euchert. Harrison holds. Snaps there. Euchert kicks on the way, and that kick is going to be no good. And Troy will knock off Central Clarion by a score of 25-24 for the state championship here in AA.
Wow, valiant effort, gutsy call, comes up just a little bit short.
Well, he got it out there, Bob. I mean, he got it close to the goalpost, but it fell short. But, maybe 5 yards to the left, something like that. But
I have to tell you, just saw a great act of sportsmanship as Gavin Leffler came across the field and said a couple of words there to Euchert, and that was a genuine, true class of sportsmanship, class act there.
Yeah, you could not ask for a better championship game between these two teams today. Troy and Central Clarion. Troy jumped up early. Central Clarion was able to come back, take the lead. Playing well in that third quarter. But Troy able to persevere that last Clarion drive. They gave Euchert, the senior, a chance. And that was going to be a hard one.
Yeah, it was a hard one, but he embraced it. He didn't, he went up and he kicked that football the best he could, and it just happened to fall short. Somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose, but the Wildcats gave it a valiant effort going down the stretch here.
All right, so we're going to let Bob total some things up, and we're going to head into the postgame show. We're just going to stay live here.
Yeah, I will tell you the stats, Mike, got a little disorganized. I know that's hard to believe. About midway through the fourth, I looked down, I could see, I'm in trouble. So they're going to be more than quote-unquote unofficial stats at this point. But, wow.
So we'll have the teams shaking hands right now. So, we'll wait here. They'll have that ceremony coming up.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, I'll tell you what, it was all about the second half, guys. It came back, and the Wildcats did some things that were so positive. They regrouped at halftime. They started making some things happen a little bit offensively and throwing the football and catching the football and playing a little bit better on defense. But, these kids have nothing to hang their heads about this afternoon. They did a great job, and credit to Troy, too. They did a great job coming back on that big last drive to score and putting themselves ahead. But once again, in that situation, the Wildcats stopped the 2-point conversion, give themselves a chance to win the game. And it's all what it is. Somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose. But those Wildcats have nothing to hang their heads on.
No, and you look at between Port and Central Clarion today, what a great first two District 9 teams vying for state championships. Both teams coming up just short, but Central Clarion and Port. But like you said, Dave, you got to look at that season as a whole. And these kids have that opportunity. We talked to Pat the other night. They didn't even have a state championship just several years ago, and now they have that shot to get here. And you look at this team for Central Clarion coming back, too. They have a lot of weapons coming back on this team. You've got Rex coming back. You've got Burford coming back. You've got a few guys on that line coming back. Defensively, they're going to be strong. You're losing Ferguson. You're losing some of the big guns. But, this is a team that, they have this experience now, and that's going to be in those kids' heads, too. They're going to want to get back.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. That just that taste of being here. Now, I know you guys are listening on the audio end of this. The Wildcats, as they normally do, go into the end zone, wait for the talk from Davey Eagleton and stuff. But with the PIAA and the state playoffs, they're bringing the Wildcats back out almost to the 50-yard line, and they will present the runner-up trophy to the Wildcats. Something that it's always tough to take the runner-up trophy, but in that division, you finish second in that division, that's a big, big plus.
And there you go. They are presenting them with that runner-up, and that is that's going to be a special thing, though. Not a lot of guys can say that they played in the state championship game, and I'm sure that'll get its tour through North Clarion, and CL schools too.
Absolutely, yeah.
So they'll all celebrate in that, and they're getting their photo, and then you'll hear as Troy will be presented with the state championship trophy, and then we'll hit our post-game show here coming up. But you see that Troy crowd on the other side. Kudos to both of these schools and the fan turnout today coming down here. And also really like what the schools did at North Clarion, and CL, allowing the kids to come and see this game.
And those who
part of a day
had the opportunity to watch or listen to it.
And they actually they were keeping buses, so if kids wanted to stay and watch it after dismissal, so they didn't have to leave.
Yeah. Which is just everything about this has just gone the right way, except for the score.
Yep,
that's a great way to say it. And again, certainly it was a wonderful run. I was fortunate to certainly be part of this. You look at it again. I know right now the sting is there, and I know it's painful. And I know I talked to a lot of the Red Bank folks whenever it happened to them, because having lived in the community and friends with a number of the people involved with the program. But the memories are here. It's amazing to get to this point. I mean, it just is.
Hey, listen, you're playing football on Friday, December 6th. I mean, think about that. You're playing as late in the year as you could possibly play. And if you're playing on Friday, December 6th, you must be in a great situation. So congratulations to Troy. First-class team. Got a chance to see, all the players going through the handshake line and coaches and everything, congratulating the Wildcats. So, big kudos to them and kudos to the Wildcats.
All right, let's take a look here in our Fun Bank post-game show. And we'll take a quick look at those Laurel Eye Clinic stats. Governor, how do they stack up here at the end of the ball game?
As we take a look at Troy, Mike, 282 overall in this one. It was Evan Woodward running for 63 yards. Brandon Gillen checks in at 153 yards, as well as 2 rushing touchdowns. Mason Smith checking in with 27 yards and a rushing touchdown. And Carl Millard checks in with 100, it is 20. That's a little bit of a wide pen, I guess, should be there. But again, that accounts for 263 yards of rushing offense. 19 through the air, 282 overall. Evan Woodward would finish 2 of 6 for 19 yards. Interestingly enough, Brendan Gilliland checks in with a 20-yard touchdown, but the only other completion was to Joe Fry for -1. As we look at Central Clarion, 60 yards on this one, 66 yards on the ground and 188 through the air. So that's a total of 254 overall. Again, Ferguson leads the way, 60 yards on the ground with 1 touchdown, 7 yards out of Noah Harrison, and Ethan Rex -1 yard. Jace Ferguson through the air was 14 of 19 for 188 and 1 touchdown, as well as hauling in receptions would be Mason Burford for 40, 60 yards out of Ethan Rex and 1 touchdown, 26 yards out of Cohen Kemmer, 47 yards out of Jesse Sawicki. And do apologize again if the stats aren't 100% on, because a little bit of excitement here in the third and fourth quarter trying to keep up with everything. But they certainly are very close, almost as close anyways as what the scoreboard was, which was 25-24. Again, I know it's a very painful loss, but I want to congratulate certainly Troy for the victory, but we want to congratulate Central Clarion on this one because represented the community very well in a class act way. Just came up a little bit short in this one.
All right, and that is our stats again. Want to thank the Laurel Eye Clinic for their sponsorship of that. And, guys, I'll tell you, wrapping it up here on the season, do want to thank the Fun Bank for their sponsorship there of the postgame show. But it's been a great season, and, we had the return of the governor coming back with us. And, Dave, it was great having you along in a full season with us this year. And, we're looking forward, as things will be changes on the Central Clarion team. But, again, they're going to come back. They've got a lot of guys returning. There's some positivity. And they'll think about this, as you said, Bob, but down the road in years in the future, it's certainly be one of those memories that they smile about.
Yeah, Coach Waggleton down there on the field, he's got all the Wildcats lined up, and he's going through everyone down there and hugging them, which is a nice moment in itself. He has them all lined up, and everybody's going through the line, hugging themselves. But, yeah, it was a heck of a year. We had a lot of exciting things, a lot of exciting teams in District 9, and, everybody – played the best they could, and there was some times where teams that weren't supposed to won football games, and very competitive, and it was great being able to broadcast it.
All right, so that's going to do it for us here from Chapman Field here at Cumberland Valley High School. And for my partners today, I want to thank Dave Cadis and Bob Dunkle, and I really have to thank, seriously, Tyler Oakes and Jake back in the at the studios. I know they put us this whole thing together because we couldn't get an engineer to come out. They trusted us to get the game on, and we were able to pull it off. They did a fantastic job, and it was very easy to do. And so without those two guys, of course, putting all this together, it really would not have happened. We pick on Tyler a lot, and we pick on Jake too at times, but we can't pick on Jake much because he's the one that takes care of us.
That's right. He signs the checks.
But a tip of the cap to those guys for doing just a fantastic job putting this together. So we'll bid you a pleasant good afternoon and good evening here from Cumberland Valley High School. And, well, final score again, 25-24 as Troy knocks off Central Clarion. Now, Troy, this is the champion Central Clarion, the runner-up, tip of the cap to both of these teams. And that'll do it. You've been listening to Kerle Tire Championship Football here on Explore Sports PA. And have a great night, folks. Governor, get us out of here.
Hey,